that most of the juice is coming from China and Baba. They're talking about more capital spending, a new AI model, and all of that. We got a couple of other individual details on certain stocks there. Again, you actually saw like, I think 2 activist involvements, ACAD, or that was negative drug. It was ACHC and then PFGC. I think even PSQH, or they have an investor day coming up tomorrow. But there's a couple of those things. You're not really going to get that much data. But now we're going to play this game of whether or not it's like 2 days ago, we do the little melt up. You're going to get your bubbly sectors. Maybe we broaden out. Or if it comes down, you're going to probably watch, you know, a couple of names hold up while we just do a non-volatile sell-off. So we are getting closer to September, you guys. So people are getting ready and prepared for whatever that's going to bring in. Remember, that end of the month, right now, you're up like 2.8 on September, which is historically like 10 times better. So, yeah, brother. Yeah. So, welcome. But other than that, I do have a couple of plays. I'm going to be watching Baba, JD, LAC, JZXN. This one's hella scammy. Be careful. But it's a China crypto treasury play. You don't really see these too often. So we'll see if China wants to get bubbly again. And then ACHC, ACAD, they got the thing. And then Didi, another China play, DIDIY, overweight by Morgan Stanley this morning. But you can't really, I don't know who even trades Didi anymore. But yeah, that came up this morning. I saw Didi. It kind of blew my mind. But a lot of China. Otherwise, I'd resort back to the other plays that you see with the bubble and anything of that nature. So we will find out, but we only got a minute. Oh, I need to go to the bathroom. Hot dog. Where my Jesus song? God bless you. Woo! Game time. So yeah, you got Intel there, and then even just watch the market like we're talking about here. It's either going to be like yesterday or the 2 days before that. Melt up or slow melt down. For now, everything's starting off good. NASDAQ in the lead by a quarter, so is the Dow. So I don't think you're going to know who's going to be the winner yet. That one's going to be fun. And then where's, okay, Intel already came back up then? What the fuck was that? And then LAC, doesn't LAC have options? I think yesterday it came out, yeah, it was only shares. So that's interesting. And then where's the other one? The China one. Watch any China plays, dude. I'm telling you. Remember, the Baba 8% days, it's either going to sell off and close down like, or up 4 or up 2, or it's going to fucking do its thing. So again, you've seen one of these not too long ago. MO's on the high too. Watch any staples. Oh, do they have longer dated? Oh, they won't let you get them. They're scamming. So you can't do the open door thing on. You can't do it on LAC. It doesn't exist. So again, it's a smaller one, but then they're already fiving the other ones. I mean, it might work, but you just might as well just buy shares at that point. No, they didn't confirm it, but they didn't deny it. That's why I like it. So pretty much it's very simple. Government confirms it, it's going to take another run, kind of like Intel, and then you're going to meander in the meantime. This is way smaller though. So a government stake could mean a lot more, if that makes any sense. But then if the government doesn't take a stake, this thing's going down. You're going to lose all your money. So I really hope you are ready on that. Who else was the, again, what was the other one? The China one? JYZN or whatever? I'm just fast. I can't believe they're doing a fucking crypto play. Or which one was it? JZXN. I feel like we saw that before. But yeah, that one's already came down a little, but this one was literally their, what's it called? That one was their, what was it? That's they're like trying to do the $1 billion to buy a bunch of Ethereum and shit. And then Philip Morris, IREN 2. There's investor days tomorrow for a couple names. So LAC's going there. Like I'm saying, the options, they're already juiced, but there's like a decent one, well, more or less, but what the fuck is that? But yeah, it wasn't the same setup as the other ones we've hit before, where again, these small caps and taking advantage of the premium, we've been able to do it, but like I'm saying, the way that one opened up, it was already just too juiced, and we don't even know the full, like, you know, the reality of all of it. Keep those. All right, AMD, Hood. All right, LAC still going. I think this is going to be the high play for the day. That's it. Until we get the update, this is, and I don't see anything else getting or pulling it in yet. There was one NVIDIA pump earlier. That one already failed. And then China. JD now. JD's lagging compared to Baba and the rest of them. Back to Boeing. Boeing. Tesla, Katos. Again, a lot of people are bringing up Jones yesterday. Tesla on the high. Tesla's actually kind of melting straight up. Editas. Intel kind of woke up there too after being declined. Oh yeah, where's our boy Tap? What's up, baby? Upstart. Why do too many? I feel like too many things are green. So NASDAQ gave up a little bit, but Dow is still holding up from the morning. CVS on the high, Google on the low. Let's see. I think LAC, bro, just, you guys have done this before. You know what I'm saying? I would just make up your mind. You guys know this game. Like we're saying, we talked about even on the watch list, you either gamble it or you fade forever. This one's obviously a little different because you got the government involved, but like I'm telling you, if that deal comes in and nothing happens, you're gonna lose. If that deal comes in and you get more, it's gonna go up, and you knew about it in advance. So you just got to find that balance there. Go with an amount that you're okay with, or be okay with not touching it. If it goes up and be one of these stupid things, that's it. But like I'm telling you, we saw it after hours yesterday. It was a little bit lower than where it is literally right now, but all you got to do is make your mind up. Fade forever, or just play small now and let the pumpers do the work for you. But you got to decide. And like I'm saying, if you don't want to get exposed and you don't like the exposure, the back and forth, the emotions, I would stay out of it. But at the same time, if you're getting frustrated and you're going to play it at double the price, I mean, just make up your mind now. Yeah, that wasn't an invitation to tell people to buy more stuff. You see what I'm like, again, so we're going to have to work on that still, Chad. But like I'm telling you, you heard the news, you heard it early. You either need to decide, or in whatever, you're going to make some decision, but whichever way it is, it's pretty simple. You're either going to get some or you're not, and you'll either get mad if it goes up or not. So I don't make it any harder than what it needs to be. Okay, RCT, that was this other scammy one in the morning. This was the one, they had just some random NVIDIA pump, and then, yeah, now it's starting to go up. I don't know, there's a RCAT that's a drone company. This one is just a pump. But yeah, that one just started going. I had the volume scanner up this morning. ARM as well. Where's NVIDIA, actually? NVIDIA. Oracle. Ooh. Yeah, they did that bond offering. And they're like, what do you mean bond offering? No one's giving you guys money? You need to raise money? What the fuck? So very, very confusing. Uami, that was yesterday. Chipotle way. Take a gander at Kava. SMR on the low. Yeah, Kava's going straight up right now. A lot of these restaurant food plays, I think every single one of them. I mean, even Sweet Greens is melted up. Pizza. Okta. They have an event tomorrow. So that one's already went up. I like IWM. I like it a lot. I think there's gonna, between like now and like December, either this was the front run or you got another like 1 or 2%. And then that'll be it. And then if we do get good momentum, good economy, and it doesn't get clapped, then you're gonna, that's it. You do your thing. Same move as yesterday. Oh, you were asking me to predict it like a 8-ball. I thought you wanted macro. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. FLNC, what was it? Fold yesterday? Constellation on the high. So again, that's part of the food plays. And then Nibis now rocketing. Nibis 110 going crazy. It'd be nice if Baidu, yeah, Baidu just took a stick to the high. Again, JD's breaking out, and then you got Baba. UNH was active in the morning. I haven't looked. Healthcare down, Staples up. And then there's CRM. Oh, I wanted to look at something else. Yeah, LAC came down a little bit. There's Intel. Bloom Energy, they were up in the morning. They had some headline. Or no, they were down 16. No, what was it? Well, Constellation's up. Oh, I'm blanking on something I want to see. Oh, yeah, I forgot we have Costco today or tomorrow. And then Bank of America now, first set of highs. I haven't really seen financials. Yeah, they're at 0.3. They're matched up. Dow has been stable all morning. It's only been 10 minutes, but SPY, NASDAQ, everything else have moved, but that thing's killing it. StubHub, that was a good pickup for now. CYCN. Okay. Bloom downgraded. Oh, are you kidding me? Bradley, Frizzolinda, Peach. Oh, let's go. Happy when I told you to expect something. Horn, that's just one of the many blessings. Oh, God bless you, Bradley. Bradley, your company too, Boeing, man. Whatever they're trying to price in on this little Boeing deal, bro, I'm telling, that one's got me fascinated. Oh, look, it's even moving with it. God bless, baby. God bless and good morning. Woo! Oh, man. Shout out the long term. Shout out the Peach. If you just followed the Peach quite simply, that would be enough to get you a crib. That level of consistency is disgusting. I hope they realize the power. Riot, Genrac, the Peach, Boeing Miami. It's already up there. Again, STX and then Constellation, but a lot of food consumer stuff's getting bid in a couple minutes. I'll get you guys a checkup. That. Let me Calculate. Dollar running. I feel like we haven't seen that in a while. Alright, I made StubHub free. Remember yesterday you guys were saying the contracts were a little weird? It's a fat spread, but start high on your order and then lower it, it'll fill. They had a fat spread. I got filled around like 70%. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, with Baba and AI, remember I was just telling you, just there's a chart and you've got a lot of people going all in on China, and it's hard. Everything, all these bubbles, it's hard because you're 100% from the floor and you're still fractional of what you could be at. So unfortunately, you're just going to have this little AI China race, and that's going to, you know, these questions and those types of comments are going to kind of all be at the front and center of it. And that may drive a couple of different things. So yeah, and then Intel keeps climbing, bro. Intel's up 4. That's actually really good. Damn, October contracts only have 23 days, you guys. It's kind of nuts. I'm looking at some of them and I'm like, what? But that could hold. IonQ. There's LAC. The premiums are holding on LAC, unfortunately. Fortunately, unfortunately. Depending on how you're going to look at it. See. Yeah. Marvel, again, they had the $5 billion buyback stuff this morning. Marvel, Intel, Domino's. Qubits on the low. You're not getting them, yeah. And Baba. I mean, again, Baba's the big winner of the day, but that is yet to, we haven't seen like its little sell-off yet. Now again, it's still up 7.5. I mean, usually it's given it up a lot earlier, so I am not against it, but it has only been 10 minutes. Chips are on the high, Sox, Ross, and a couple other staples, SPY from the bottom. NASDAQ is giving it up now, 0.04. Russell's about to go red too. Apple's selling now or on the low. Oil's just staying pinned up there. And the Bitcoin. Oh, wait, you have a gap to fill. So 5 points down. Equal weight's up, actually. Equal weight's up 0.19. Equal weight and Dow are doing great. AMD on the low now. LMT, AMD selling off. I mean, LMT, someone brought it up yesterday with all the Russia stuff. I mean, I think that made a lot of sense. We haven't seen one of those in a minute. RTX was hitting 52-week highs just a second ago. Eli Lilly on the low, and then CoreWeave and Oklo. Oklo. Not Okta. And then utilities on the high. Yeah, bro, I've heard about that. Apparently, some of these places, like if your house is next to one of these data centers, you might have to pay more in electricity. It's very, very odd. So like some of these power companies have done deals with the AI companies, but like it's leaving people locally paying more for power because it's fucking with the demand. McDonald's, Hilton, DKS, and then MTN. Again, Eli Lilly, some candles there going down. Eli, do you love me? Are you long term? Right, they should be paying the homeowners. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Most people didn't expect that to happen. It's actually insane. Folks, SPY going lower. Airbnb moving up. I'm looking at healthcare. Yeah, there's still a couple names. Disney and Airbnb just launched on that little red. So NASDAQ finally went red in SPY. Equal weight is still green. Dow is holding up. Disney getting bigger on the high. That's like 20, 30 cents now. Not there's as much. Poppin'. I'm gonna try something. Alright, I was gonna try something. I can't find it, but I'll give you guys a gift. Go look at the LAC 2028s. It's gonna last only for a little bit. They're the same exact price. It's glitched out. The option mark is broken on that till it fixes itself. So you're welcome. Don't trade it. Not a recommendation. Yeah, so it doesn't mean anything. It's no guarantee. But yeah, there you go. It just adjusted. So right there, the 10. All right, you kind of missed it. It just moved 20% lower on the one out of the money. They were both the exact same price. So that means theoretically one of them was really, really cheap. The one closer to the money. And then like I was telling you in the morning, they were 500ing those. You couldn't even get anywhere near that. So yeah, that's the better one right there. That one, if you got it at, well, it still hasn't even fucking moved, but if you just wanted to not really think about it, make a decision once, and then if they pump it, they pump it. If not, but in that case, it's okay. They moved it to 5. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, that was it. And then wait till the 10 starts to move too now. But yeah, you had that little window. You're gonna get those little windows. there's no open interest because it opened up today with no open interest. You know what I'm saying? So nobody bought it. Nobody held it coming into today. So people are buying it and people are willing to write it and sell the contracts, but that's it. You traded LAC. All right. And again, every time I give you guys like a dope ass play, y'all fucking break the rules. Cause has my monopoly on plays served you wrong? I mean, yesterday you guys were getting spammed meta at 770. You remember? So unfortunately, I think once a week I've handed y'all a very, very easy option that was like advantageous. Again, IONQ, Qubits. I gave you all of those right before. Even that one, that just did it again. So unfortunately though, I don't want you guys to post plays. If you can't handle me being the only one telling the play, then this might not be the best for you. Wow, we just made a fuck ton of money on that. The other ones popped up too. All right, well, there you go. There you have it. It's half off to get shares, but yeah. Because again, shares, 100 shares is going to cost you $600 or whatever the price is of the contract. So as long as it stays below that $200 or so, then yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Once it goes above, it's not. You're correct. It won't be worth it. But if you get it low enough, I mean, I think those are the ones that are more likely to glitch. And like I'm saying, that second there, that little minute thing, there was a little window. And now they adjusted. Where is LAC? It broke out again. And like I'm telling you right here, you're getting a good timing of it, brother. But unfortunately, that always leads to people getting banned. Okay. Oh, there's Ionis. Google dump probe from DFJ. Let's see. Yeah, little candle at the low. Tap, tap, tap. Uber. Bro, Didi, man. D-I-D-I-Y. So yeah, it didn't move. The most brokerages don't even let you trade it after their little fiasco. I don't know what it is, but yeah, we do. But today, I mean, that was a good opportunity right there. We did very well, but I didn't have to ban too many people ahead of it, just after. But either way, now I think I said it in the morning. I think that might be our only shot. LAC until we get like a headline thing, but we're already positioned now, so I hope you already did it. I even got some shares yesterday, like we talked about on the watch list, but. Yeah, I didn't get to grab options till the AM. Now I did, and now we're done until something else happens. Yeah, and then SPY, I mean, I hope it changes soon, but look, the Dow's about to give it up, and then you're kind of looking like the no volatility straight down. So again, you could still dump straight down, and then that's it. Oh, StubHub too. I forgot. That one also did 50 to 100. I think it's going up more now. But yeah, you have another play there. I have Intels I want to get rid of, but I also want to push them. They have a month of time left, and they're up 1,000%. That's the only one I'm thinking of getting rid of, but yeah. You know, I think I might. It'll free up the other ones. Alright, I sold a set of Intels at like 900%. They're Octobers. They're in the money. That's why I was confused when Homeboy said he was $18 in the money yesterday. Because I'm only a couple dollars in the money and I'm up 1,000%. Okay. Yeah, so I hope me selling will juice my longer dated ones. Yeah, JD, it sucks, man. They had some good premium dip yesterday. I was thinking about it, but now, yeah. But yeah, some of those plays, though, they just came back. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's crazy, though, because they were dead. But yeah, JD options, there's a lot of death on that have came back to life. Same with Baidu. And then again, LAC above 6. I mean, it's either going to hit like 607 and flush down like 20%, or it's going to go and do the 6 to maybe like 640 or something and just play that range. God bless you, my friend. And good morning. Yeah, there's K-Web, Baba, JD, Baidu. They're all going. Yeah, literally. And then SPY near the bottom. SPY's barely red at literally 0.01. Same with the Nazi. Dow is the only one in the green. Russell already flipped. New home sales. Holy shit. 800,000 versus 650 estimate. That's insane. That's really strong. That should kill the bonds. Dude, new home sales shot up 20%. Uh-oh. Bro, 20% new home builds. Now again, I mean, we were just talking about the timing of real estate and then boom or bust, but real estate's the lagger. That's crazy. No, that means the opposite of rate cuts. I mean, again, real estate prices are high, and that has caused a problem with like inflation and other things. And rent costs are a big portion of your inflation. But so you would think that strong real estate data, that means the rate cut is less credible. But at the same time, too, it does highlight for you that the economy is, that's why I'm saying, like, people will tell you it's weak. It's weak in some areas. It all depends where you look at it, but that's a metric right there that is a strong economy. That's new homes. Those are brand new. Von der Leyen to discuss China using influence on Russia. So these are brand new homes built from the builder. Yeah, dude, it's a huge shift. We've seen this before. It might be a fluke and then like sometimes seasonality, but that's one of your biggest beats in a long time. That's one of your biggest outliers. You did this August 2022, actually. So again, the last time the Fed made an action. And then November 2021, but it's not too often you get a 20% rise. So in the last 5 years, you've only had it happen once. And that was literally August 2022, Jackson Hole. I think even in the last 10 years, yeah. And then June of 2020, that was the last time you shot up 20-something%, bro. And new home sales. That, I don't think that could be revised down, no. That's an easy metric to calculate. Arquite. That's crazy. So again, yeah, that should kill the bonds, though. That's not good for bonds. Nothing screams. That just screams overheating. Go look at Nail, home builders. They're all going up right now. That's why I keep telling you guys, think about it. You have the rate cut and all of this. The next couple months, it's either going to be overheating that leads into a bust in inflation, or it's going to be we're stimulating right as the economy's slowing down, and then that's it. All the builders are rocketing off of that. Go look at Lennar, Nail, KB, every single one of them, bro. I guess they are kind of down. Habibi. Kind of crazy. Why is the premium so jacked? And then Disney's going up still. Yeah, jeez. All right, well, Chad, get a home. That's what sucks. Get a good deal, because now in 3 to 6 months from now, either that's the top for a little mini top for real estate, or real estate's going to keep going nuts now. Because again, real estate has not increased prices in some areas for a very long time. Just remember, look at the market, Bitcoin, gold, everything in the world. The only thing that has not made that vertical move has been houses. Zillow on the high now. Speak of the devil. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, bro. Now Zillow's running up. Again, Arquite was already kind of hot, bro. I don't know. Let me see these. And then Lennar's is mad expensive. Yeah, but Zillow's climbing, EA on the low. Again, strong real estate data. This should give you risk on in stocks, but then it should be risk off for bonds. So I don't know how it's going to play out, but essentially bonds should get clapped, and then stocks, that should encourage the both consumer and the investor. Yeah, Zillow's going straight up. I like the home builders for a quick one, but I don't know if he missed it or not. Strong real estate should mean no rate cuts, but again, they're going to cut rates. So if anything, it's probably going to fuel it. As long as real estate doesn't cause inflation, then they're going to keep cutting rates. But for now, just a sign that if you were worried about the economy slowing down, just like I was saying, it's not too often you have a 20% rise in new home sales. That's not a normal feature of the economy. It's odd, yeah, because I do see a lot of houses that sit there. So this is just talking about new builds. Those are the ones with a lot of incentives. Oh yeah, maybe that should help Whirlpool, now that I think about it. I'm surprised. SGHC, Baidu in China again. And then Apple. Hi. All right, so you just had that little data again. Bonds are going to go a lot lower. SPY got a little bit of risk on, mainly home builders, but now tech is already slipping off. IDAI, what's this? IDAI, T-Stamp up 50% doing the little halt game. And then Den and Pizza, Denny's and Pizza. Yeah, a lot of food plays, everything from Papa John's to Kava and Sweet Greens. And then Baidu. Yeah, Baidu, China is still on fire. No fucking way. 20% new home. Again, and remember, I was just showing you that little tick up in refis. It wasn't a lot. It's not like anywhere near the past, but yeah, you even had the rise up in refi. Just again, this is all because of rate cuts. Intel news with IDAI. This one? I mean, it's literally not even $1 million has gone through this stock yet. So it keeps getting halted and doing this thing. So be careful. But yeah, ADI, Trust Stamp are trading higher after Intel published an AI-focused brief covering their partnership. IDAI. Oh, the stock is $11 million, bro. So, I mean, I think you could, like, buy all of it. I mean, theoretically. Boeing, back to Cali. What's the other one? There's Intel. And then Boeing as well. And Baidu in China. LAC, it hit the $6. It didn't do anything. And then Magan. And MMC, again, a lot more small caps are waking up, it looks like. Russell, still green. NASDAQ and SPY in the red. Dow has been holding up all day, as well as equal weight. Very strong housing data right there. Going to kill bonds. And then maybe add drag to the market, but I think they're separate. But that's another set. So think credibility. That data today makes the rate cut not that credible. You see what I'm saying? It's a small piece of data. It's not the set all be all, but just think about what we've been talking about over the last couple weeks. What do you mean you tell me 20% rise in new home sales? Why the fuck are you cutting rates? So, ta-da! And that's what we got to keep playing. And that's why I'm like, maybe it'll move equities, but I know what it's going to do to bonds. And then gold on the low now. Well, I mean, it does kind of make sense. Just like I was telling you guys, in the next 2 months, all of that 2026 pseudo stimulus is going to hit. So wherever that leads us, that'll probably start painting the story. CCJ and TEM on the low. Again, I see more food plays kind of catching a bid. And then Umana. I haven't seen healthcare. There's Wayfair. It's been up all day. Humana pop in. Yeah, Wayfair's up too. That's kind of been getting active, and then more China bids to the high. So is now a good time to tell you guys to get real estate? No? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was the moment. I thought it was lining. I thought this was my moment to come in and be like, yo guys, you all could buy a house. That down payment, especially if you have a job, bro. You got one of them W-2s. Oh, dude, they'll fucking hand you a house. They'll just hand you the money. It's amazing. Sell G. Again, Wayfair and then a couple uranium stocks started selling off here. Let's see our value plays. I don't know if house prices are going to go up, but I mean, demand is a good thing to see. But like I'm saying, I think real estate, it's either going to stay extremely stable or it'll react very big in relation to whatever the jobs market does. But for now, the way I've been looking at a lot of things is simply after June, July, again, when we bought the farm, dude, I was just telling you guys, and even shortly thereafter, it melted up even more. And just when I look at it, even the cost of building a home, technically all those materials are up. Lumber's kind of been a little shaky, but still very elevated. But it's like, dude, all of these things, just go look. Real estate's the only thing that hasn't moved in 2 or 3 years. So everything else is melted up like it was 2021. So that's kind of where I've always been about it. But I don't think that's your guarantee, because like I'm saying, if this is the final burst and prices are already high, you're not going to do as well. That's why the strict discipline on not overpaying for a home, I think you're good. I think in a real estate market that hasn't moved in a couple of years, if you could secure a good purchase price and even save you a little 10% of protection on that purchase price, then it doesn't even matter at that point. Because even if you did have to go down with it, you make your money on the buy. That'll protect you. The bubble is here. SBF is back. Sam Bankman. Restoration going up, part of there. So watch if Restoration goes, watch Whirlpool. Yeah, Whirlpool low-key should be moving with the new home sales data. Oh, it wasn't him, it was his friend. More Baidu, more China. And then there's a Whirlpool. It is. I think you should capitalize on the house. That's what I've been telling you guys for months now. I'm like, all these high inventory places, they look a little scary, but this is your first opportunity in a couple years where high inventory in these areas is giving you options. I was just telling you the other day, I'm like, bro, I've had a lot of chads and I've found a lot of deals myself that are just listed. just because some areas are so slow. Some of these houses on the market are a good deal. Again, just comparatively to like utility. Like I'm saying, in Florida, you're getting a house with a pool now. You're getting a house that's upgraded. You're getting a lot compared to what you were spending either the same amount for or a little more. You were getting a lot less a couple years ago. So, and then like I've said, just at the beginning of the year, that's why I think Andrew Tate's pretty funny. I think Andrew Tate, he really doesn't own any U.S. real estate. You can see how he talks. And I see all these people saying, Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin at $300. I still hold it. So I'm not against Bitcoin, but you can't live in a Bitcoin. And you mean to tell me in the last just 2 to 3 years alone, Bitcoin has doubled, tripled in value? That means one Bitcoin gets you way more houses than it did any other point in the last 5 years. Even when I bought my shit. You can now get more house for less Bitcoin. Y'all are tripping. If you again, and we're talking about the market's up 20, gold is up 30. You have all these things that are doing it, and then meanwhile, the one thing you actually need has the most stable price. But that's what they want. They want it to be stable. They don't want it to be unstable. That's where you guys got to be careful of. Because like I told you, my whole career in real estate, it never moved like it did as of late. We made money off real estate expecting adequate, not doing anything like crazy. And then it started going like the 70s, 15, 20, 30% a year. That's not normal. So we're in that, like that video I showed the other day, we're in the like middle part right now where the gain has already been big, and then it's going to kind of meander and be stable until we get to the next step. So I do think these next couple of years will be critical. Doesn't mean real estate's bulletproof. There's GM, so watch LAC. That's what's tied to it. I think SBF just tweeted GM, but yeah, GM's taking a pop right now. JD Baidu still going. Newegg. I don't care about the type of home. I just care about the value. You guys just got to make two choices. Or one choice, you're either going to buy a house to live in, or you're going to buy a house as an investment, rental, flip. But in both scenarios, if you live in it, I care more about you actually liking the house, because we're not going to spend all that money if you don't like it, and that's part of your benefit. But other than that, both instances, you need value. I don't really care what it is. I care about the value. PG, and then CNC. Yeah, a couple of these healthcare plays. Healthcare was down earlier. It's still down. Then more JD and China. Choose your frustration. That's another one. This point, just always choose value when it comes to real estate. That's all. Zero emotions with real estate. That's what I'm saying. When you want to live in it, you get more emotional because you're like, ooh, I like the backsplash. Ooh, I love the bathroom. But you do want value. Value. Like I said, equity building. I gave you guys some nice real estate talks this year, even early before everything. And, we talked about equity building. That's why you guys got me so excited with your long terms. I'm glad, imagine all the Chads you've heard here saying, Josh, I bought a home today, closing day. That was a result of these conversations, a result of turning the long term. And just remember, it's not this game is, you got to just get your good value. And then, wait, hold on. Low Ticker's kind of tweaking. Trump taps Ben Carson as nutritional advisor. But yeah, the whole thing we're talking about from beginning of the year though is literally been building equity. And that's why, like with houses, you just got to get a good deal. The goal is to turn the long term, and then we could leverage it into a good equity position that's protected. And you're leveraging because it's real estate, but then it should be theoretically safer than any other investment, and it will be your biggest one. But that way we have to prioritize equity building. SDM on the low. Chipotle on the low. That's the first one of the food names. They've all been doing pretty good. Spy at VWAP. Baba again, dude. That's crazy. Bob, dude, do you guys not realize this? Remember that price point I told you guys about? You just rocketed through it by like $10. That's it, 181. If you go through 181 on Baba, that's it. You're back to the 2020 and you're back to the 2021 breakout. Do you guys realize how insane that is? So shout out $80, but that's insanity. Oh, dude. So I think K-Web is still lagging a little, but that's already, like, it's either, and we talked about it last week. I said even part of the bubble, you guys got to make up your mind on it. It's hard, you guys. I don't think you realize. Like, I'm grateful we have good positioning, but I know some of you guys are still going to get pissed off because it's going to get mad emotional. This was the chart that I was showing last week. This was on the watch list last week, and I'm saying, listen, I got you guys in here. Some of you need to learn how to say thank you to that and stop getting mad when we're in the middle, and then you're like, what the fuck do I do now? You get what I'm saying? That's because this is the problem. You have people like David Tepper saying go all in, and now if we get an AI China race, this is the gap between the two. You get what I'm saying? So that's the problem. I'm here. I don't know what to tell. Like, yeah, because you buy here and it does what China does, you're gonna lose half your money. But then if it rips up after being up 100, you're gonna be like, oh, I missed out an opportunity. So like I'm saying, you should have chose your decision here. Now with everybody getting bubbly, you have a worse decision to make right now. But then again, like I'm saying, if it's not AI bubbling, if it's not, it's part of the AI trade, but if it's not like US shit, this is the other area that motherfuckers are going crazy on. And we've been documenting it. And like I'm saying, we got one of the best positions in the world, but now if it's gonna keep shooting up, and you're going to get greedy, and then again, if it doubles and doubles and doubles, that's what gets people emotional. So you guys do need to think about China. You should make up your mind now on whether or not you're going to chase this fucking rally, or you should already be in it. Again, we grabbed a lot of different plays, but like I'm telling you, even if you're early, it'll never be enough once it goes crazy, because then you're going to be like, what? But yeah, you got to make this decision up, because that news today in Baba now, up 9, still holding, that is past the big level. So that is still continuing and carrying on. I have zero opinion on SoFi. Yeah, so sorry, man. Can't help. But damn. China. I just wish you got more. That's fine. But like I'm saying, though, I don't, you know, that comment, I appreciate the love and thanks. But I'm just saying, because, like, in my experience here on YouTube, and even trying to help people, I've hooked people up with some crazy entries, but they will still get mad at me on this situation. Why? Because I bought it at 80, it's at 180, and I'm over here like, yeah, don't buy it at 180. And then if it goes to 360, you're gonna hate me for some reason. That's what happens. That's what I'm saying. Some of you need to just learn the, you know, most of the stuff going crazy and you're getting FOMO on, you probably heard it, and I gave you a drop on it very early, but stop letting the emotions make you crash out, get mad, get emotional. Because like I'm saying, you already see it, you're watching it develop. Just choose your frustration, make up your mind now, and there you go. But it happens a lot. So we'll see. We'll see. And we're just chilling right below VWAP. Yeah, I had that other Trump headline. It didn't move anything. Long term. Yeah, bro. Baba, Intel, Baidu. These are our values. That's just crazy, though. That's why I'm like, I really like the China rally, dog. I really do. And if it does go crazy, but I don't want to lose. And that's what I'm saying. We've already positioned good. You're going to be tempted to position more. Again, I already grabbed some other options, but yeah, bro, just a fucked up game of musical chairs. So I would just choose what you want and be content with the balance that you're going to be okay with winning with and losing with. The Chad, was it Jeremy? I think Mr. Jeremy from San Diego, who went all in on Baba a couple years ago. I hope he kept it. I hope he followed the rules. You know, we thought it was crazy at that time. And then I think, like 6 months, 9 months later, I got in. And then, yeah, I don't know. He was on Twitch, though. I don't know if he's still in here. Baba. Good morning and God bless. Marcus, SMCI. Again, all China now at this point. U.S. stocks are not really moving. You have China. And now, remember, Baidu got murked the other day. Baidu was higher. So that's the crazy part. Who was the kid? Why do you guys listen to me answer the question and then ask the same question? Are you a bot, Farah? What's wrong with you? Why? He's like, Josh, I just heard you answer that question. Let me ask it again. So yeah, I don't. Jeremy, paging Jeremy. Where's your Baba? Tesla. Yeah, Baidu got murdered yesterday. That's what I'm saying. Baba didn't, though. But someone like JD did. And that's why I said I wanted to buy the dip, but I was like, all right, I already got a decent amount. But then, whoop. Baidunius still. It's all China, bro. Again, Baba's up 10 or 9. I mean, is Tesla going up because of China? But yeah, 9.4 on Baba without selling off by the first hour. Like I told you guys earlier, it's just these days, it's either sells off middle of the day or it's going to hold. I like Amazon. I mean, it's been the worst year to date of the Mag 7, but I mean, I'm a big fan of Amazon. I just don't like the prices near the all-time high. NTR on the high. Kind of out of nowhere, 2%. Yeah, NTR and MOS now. Hold on. You might be in the middle of it. NTR and MOS both popping now, 2.3. We need some real follow through. You might be early, but I don't know. Unless we're going to get some war shit. You said sniper at Dallas ICE facility? I've not heard anything about that. Dude, I hate this. You know that? Y'all don't realize. Y'all fucked me up since the Charlie one. Because I thought the Charlie news was fake when the Chad dropped it. Because it was a Chad who said it first. And I'm like, what? No. And then I looked and I was like, oh, fuck. So yeah, I don't know, man. And some of these, yeah, literally. A white male has reportedly opened fire at immigrants. at an ICE facility. I think the white male is from a political account, so take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, there was a sniper shooting from the rooftop. Died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. All right, NTR and MOS. Something just snapped. I don't know what. Yeah, and dude, I don't know. NTRMS, you kind of could have caught it. Now it's 2.3. That's triggering. So I don't know what it is, but look at the fertilizer plays. Could be tied to some of the shit we had yesterday with Putin. Oh, crude oil inventories, minus 607. Estimate 500,000. And it's time for push-ups. You got K-Web and Baba in China all still running. But yeah, Chad, we've been here for about 2.5 hours. You got 4.5 hours left to go. Sitting is the new smoking. I would suggest that you get that body moving, my brother. Get that body moving. It is good for you. Do you understand? Yes, yes, yes. 10 push-ups, chest to the sun, flex the core, tuck the hips in. Get good posture. Get you a good long-term. Your long-term is posture. It's positioning. Think about it. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Take this, don't my daughter, but don't bam. I'm in a long term. Like, girl, I think my long term's big. It's getting long term here. So save all your stocks. I am getting long term. I'm gonna say 10% with a little bit of stocks and a little bit of pop. It's old now. I like it when it pop. So tell me when it drop. I hold now. Okay, I'm gonna go do a push-up. See, you gotta bring that. You gotta bring it. You know what I'm saying?
And the United States, particularly around soybeans. But there's also an open negotiation with
to this
India
boring shit.
where soybeans might or
and
should
then they're
be
gonna
also
lie to
part
you.
of.
They're not even gonna entertain you, and then they're gonna lie to you at the end of it.
When it comes to equipment sales in North America, but also in South America, which is currently the main source for China's soybeans as we speak, and hence we need to see how the whole global economy and the global trade shapes up after those deals are made. So that is clearly one large source of insecurity and uncertainty. Rates is another point, but I think rates in itself, when they are cut, they help, but they are not a trigger to boost sales. What needs to happen is that production costs are below sales prices for major commodities, and that is not the case at this moment. We are at an 18-year low for soybeans and for corn, and with these lows, farmers do not earn any money. So even the accelerated depreciation that is usually very helpful at a year-end to boost equipment sales will not drive equipment sales necessarily, because you first need to have some operating profit to offset with machine purchases. So there's still a bit of sit and wait and see what's going to happen on the global trade front.
It's those stresses that have Washington, D.C., representatives, even the White House alike, calling for or contemplating aid. The representative from Arkansas, Republican Rick Crawford, had said earlier this month that U.S. farmers will face financial calamity without extra aid soon. Is he right? Is that the level of risk we're talking about?
That is about right. I mean, when you look at the farmers' income, projected farmers' income, 2025 over 2024, there's a 30% increase, but that is predominantly because of the disaster relief funds handed to the farmers. This is not a profit that the farmers make from producing crop and selling crop in the open market. So I think handing support to farmers is a very necessary thing, and it helps to keep it going, but it is not a long-term solution for the sector.
Where do you make your gear? We're looking at, I guess, New Holland tractors there rolling down the field, and obviously the tariffs have been a big issue, but I know a lot of your production is here, and you're headed right now to Pennsylvania to talk to some of your employees.
That's right. I'm just stopping over here in New York, and I'm heading out to Pennsylvania to join the Next in Tech event, which is an event that we host with our engineers and our customers to show them the next level of technology to come. We're going to live demonstrate that in the fields. We need to see how the weather shapes up. I just got the news that the weather isn't too good, but we'll see how this goes. Because, weather in the end, also for our farmers, weather is the largest, by far the largest unknown let's say, element in their equation to make money. So precision is very relevant to offset that. I mean, predicting weather, etc., helps them. But weather in itself is the biggest impact on a farmer's, balance sheet and its farmer's profits when it comes to, delivering yield.
But I know you have production facilities in Wisconsin, and the Dakotas, in Austria, and Italy, in Belgium. So, had the tariffs hit you? Did they hurt? Because you still have to buy steel, even if you make everything here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the tariffs came sudden in some instances. In some others, they were kind of pre-announced. So in the first step, they do increase cost. I mean, no doubt. But it also triggers behaviors and counteraction.
So we are reviewing China, you guys. That's all that really matters today. And then your little small cap LAC.
To revise
the breakdown, I'll get you a checkup. Now you got Apple flushing.
To these tariffs. But first of all, we
need to know it's kind of like, it's more like yesterday than
which ones are just a
Thursday, Friday, Monday
incident in order to negotiate a better deal, and what is sustainable in terms of economic burden from those tariffs. But over time, it will change the supply chain. It will change how and where we make our machines.
Well, you've worked in heavy industry basically for all of your career. Before this, you were with Iveco selling commercial vehicles. Before that, with Bain, working on the European leadership team. This moment in time, how much more difficult is it to be a European company selling this big machinery versus than it has been in years past?
Well, look, I mean, we are headquartered in Chicago. We're New York listed, and we're considering ourselves a US-based but global acting company. I consider this very moment as a pretty exciting opportunity for us to reshape, our product lineup, to reshape our footprint, to reshape our entire practice in the industry, and we will see, who's the most agile player leaning into this as a chance to transform to the better. So, I mean, change is happening every time, and change is the nature of any business. And with these moments, for us, this is just another moment of reinventing ourselves in our global footprint and our exposure to tariffs.
By the way, I know we're going to have a conversation about sustainability in the next block. If any company has an interest in sustainability, it's got to be yours.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Does that hold through this Trump era?
Oh, very much so. I mean, what Secretary Kennedy with Make America Healthy Again and his focus on agriculture wants to push, we very much help his administration to focus on the right areas in order to create soil health, to strengthen soil health, which ultimately does not only impact in a positive way the yield of the fields, but also increases the health and the quality of the food being produced in those fields. That is for us sustainability. Sustainable food is healthy food, and that is what our machines with increasing levels of technology are going to produce today and also in the future. So we are very much, continuing our path and even accelerating, particularly around the area of soil health.
Hey, Garrett, this has been so interesting. Thank you so much for joining us. That is Garrett Marks of CNH. Safe travels to Pennsylvania after this. Hopefully the weather keeps up for you.
Thank you very much.
Coming up on the show, President Trump takes aim at climate initiatives at the UN. We get the reaction.
Wasn't too bad. Wasn't as propaganda-y. Just hearing about farms. MOS, man, that one went. Those options are weird, though. I was looking at the premiums. I didn't take one. Yeah, I don't know why CMG, because all the other food plays were up today. But yeah, he came right back down. Futu, again, that's the other China. Actually, Futu's kind of lagging. But then that means this is all because this is AI happening. Notice Futu is going with the gamblers in China, and then right when AI started getting more of the narrative, Futu's not moving up as much. So Futu, that one's tied to the people in China gambling. You guys understand? That's like the culture. They're going to be logging into those brokerages gambling, but as of the last couple weeks, it's been the other one. Oh, is NTR related to LAC? You might, and then LAC is breaking out now. So think about it. From the morning, we're advancing still, and now that's going past the level. So like I said, at the 6, it was either going to hit it and flush, and it kind of did. But once you break above, it should start to go nuts. I don't know. I don't even know if there's a level. Yeah, there is. So $7 and then $7.50. If it could go above $7.50, I don't know if we're going to need the government. You need the government headline to really, really confirm it. But with or without headline, The breakout level's like 750, 790. That's where it like gets nuts. Oh, you meant NVX? Oh, well, that's different. Yeah, so because if it's a small cap, I don't view it the same. So what you said was very different, because NTR didn't really make sense. But as long as it's a big company, I'm down. But if you start to notice the only like supporting news is in between like shit stocks, that's not good. So I wouldn't really. I think we have great positioning on LAC. We were early yesterday, even though it was 50% higher, but think about it. Based on this morning, you just made another 50%. It's up 100 now. So I like our positioning. I'm not against it. I am not against it. NexA, NXST, there's a lot of random names. And then Futu again, that's a pseudo China play. Bond's catching a bid. Intel, I sold an option for you guys. You didn't hear it? That's why I said, fuck it. I have a month left on these options. They're 1,000%. I said, let me sell it right here so I could get a juice on the leaps. It kind of worked. I'm just saying, I got to, the market maker, they want me to free some up. I got them, bro. I got them. I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, Uncle After Hours paid off yesterday. We were just vibing, bro, and I don't know. That was a good time to vibe. You sold some too? My brother. Do you know what mistake you made? I don't go, why do you guys tell me? That's it. I'm sorry for telling you now. Do you guys not see the problem? Because then I can't tell you guys shit because you guys can't control it. There's always influence. I want one source of influence so one person gets blamed, motherfucker. Me. If you don't get it, I'm helping you. I'm helping all of you. I'm making it easier to even blame me. Yeah, it's very, very simple. Very, very simple. Don't expose yourself. I will take the exposure. That's fine. Anything going outside of that, you are doing something else, and it's weird. I don't like it, especially when some of you are locked in so well, but you're really not, because that's what that shows me. That's not there. You can't do that. All right, I'm watching. Yeah, Intel's going though. You think Intel is squeezing? I think you're banned for that comment. Why? Because it's useless. All it does is bring emotions. This is why I'm very disappointed in some of you, because you make a lot of money not being emotional. So why are you bringing emotions to people? I really hope y'all, and again, if you don't need to hear me reprimand you. You get what I'm saying? Go hang out somewhere else. Go somewhere else where their culture will admire that, where they will reward you for it, maybe. But you dine with cannibals, they gonna eat you next, brother. So we have our own thing here. But you guys got to, I don't want any emotions. So thank you. All plays, all influence, it's gonna go down to one source. Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Josh. I told you about Intel before, a lot of people. Both good and bad. So don't worry, bro. Don't worry. Did we learn nothing from the meta squeeze guy yesterday? I've had to ban. I've unbanned a lot more people. So that's the beauty, is that I'm a lot stricter. But I do unban you. I used to not unban people. So you're welcome. And then too, I think after yesterday's admission of Google literally admitted to silencing people during 2020. I think that's hilarious, and I'm honored. And honestly, I thought about it. If whoever you listen to has not been banned in the last couple of years, they're not credible. That's my view on it, because y'all thought people were crazy when they said shadow ban and all this other stuff, but the reality is that it was true. So that means that whatever you're seeing now, like I told you guys, I said, bro, if you fucking reset it, or if you made it fair and equal, all of this trash content disappears. It can't last in the real world. It's not real quality. So yeah, man, a lot of our history even here too, I praise the Lord, because I think God wanted us here. But at the end of the day, I mean, thank all of you who supported. I think the reality is that people really did get silenced, punished. I know what's happened to my channel. Y'all never are able to find it. So I don't know, man. I think that says a lot, but I'm glad. But other than that, though, you know, that's the unfortunate part, because, you know, think about it. A lot of people punished my channel, and then I had the politics going against me. But back in the day, I just don't want pumpers, man, even to today. And either way, I think I will give you the best, literally the best info in the market. I think I provided. But if you're not gonna, you know, you gotta vibe with the rules. And if you want to play the gambling more, just go hang out with the gamblers. You know, I gamble. It's funny because I get some good gambles still, but at the end of the day, it's not yeah, we got to get it where we fit in. I love it. Intel doesn't have a dividend, but it shows up. I mean, Google admitting all of that stuff yesterday, and even how we talk shit about them this year and they like quietly fixed everything, kind of. I think it just, dude, it further proves my crazy idea that, you know, and I think Bloomberg and all of these financial companies, bro, even Robinhood, they spend a lot of money to make sure you guys don't hear this shit. So I know I'm already crazy, but Google in court admitting what we already knew, but being able to admit that, I hope you guys realize, like, they're sadly all the tin of like they don't want you to have good info. It's true. I mean, that's the sad reality. Most of what exists now in the social media space for stocks is manufactured. That's all I'm telling you. That's the reality of it. Whatever you see, and you see a lot of, is because they want you to see it. So unfortunately, you have to think about my content. It's not what they want you to see. And that was just a theory prior, but after the last couple days now, that's in court records. That's real, you guys. It's very, very real. And then now California is trying to do some shit. So amen, bro. And I love all of you, bro. Those of you who really held it down and y'all didn't hoe me out. Y'all didn't act weird. You didn't, oh, what do you mean? Y'all, oh, God bless y'all. So let's get some more, baby. The Lord will provide. I did name my price, $6.5 billion. I did say it. If you want me to quit YouTube and you want me to stop, you want me to shut up about politics and everything, give $6.5 billion to the vets for housing, and I will stop. That's your offer, Bloomberg. I am. I have named my price. That's it. You guys want me to stop anything? Give me free housing for the vets and codify it. And get that every 4 years. Amen. Whoever wins does rewrite history. The sad part I saw, though, in the last couple years, I saw a lot of people on YouTube advocate against themselves. That's what I'm saying. They got me banned and they got me punished at a lot of opportunities, or they were silent when they knew it was wrong. And although it did hurt me at the time, I'm doing amazing. But I think a lot of people worked against their interest. It was a wild thing to see. That's why I would ask some of you guys a couple years ago, I'm like, do you work for them? Do you work? Like, why are you advocating so hard against your own interest? Why would you pay more and work harder to get less? Why would you want to do things like that? But yeah. Build a bag, not a bear. Amen. I've still never been to Build-A-Bear. All right, Spy, first time above VWAP, low-key. You've wicked above it, but you're, like, actually holding above it now. Damn, targets yielding 5? Oof. Habibi. Is this a new low? Or was it here the other? Yeah, I just stay in pin there. All right, Bitcoin's coming up now. My target has always been popping. YouTube. I mean, I've made more money on YouTube this year than any other year. I ran a whole year with no ads for you guys. And I think I got banned again, too. I like the influence. This is what you guys got to realize. If Google, at the pace we were at in 2021, before Joe Biden, we would have had, I would say, 30% of America would have had a long term by now, at the pace we were at. So YouTube got in the way of getting Americans a long term, at the request of Robinhood and Bloomberg, most likely, because those are your main advertisers on YouTube who played the game as well. So fuck both of them. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Look at it. Why would there ever be an issue for any human being on Earth to have trouble finding the channel called YouTube/The Stock Market? Like I'm saying, I've reached over 300 million people, dog. No exaggeration. You know, even Uncle's monthly listeners at one point was like 12 or 15,000. And then we get banned every quarter for playing Donald Trump. Not even my own words. So yeah. But that's what I'm saying. God, rejoice, brother. Praise God. That tells you something. That's what I'm telling you. So the world is going to get a long term, brother. We're ending poverty. We would have got there sooner, but the Lord didn't want that. So let's go, baby. It wasn't meant to be. Maybe this cycle, maybe next cycle. But you should know. And then you see what they peddled you, but look at that video I showed you, bro. You guys, it doesn't hit you as hard back then because you didn't know what was gonna happen. But now when I show you a video 4 years ago and you see 99% of YouTubers were telling you it's gonna crash and they were talking you out of 50% off real estate and low rates. Then you go look back and then you see my video and then it still applies. That's crazy. But again, we must change the world, brothers. And it all starts with you being the light. Because you have to get a long term, you got to get a crib, and it has to be so obvious that you cannot ignore the light. So yalla, cribs. Either long term or enemy of long term. Make poverty thy enemy. Yeah, I got Netflix up there. It started flushing. And then, yeah, all these Bitcoin plays and the Ethereum. What was the other one? JXZN? Oh, that one came down. And then what time is it? It's only 8? It's not even Euro close? Oh, man. Yeah, brother. Still early. But yeah, all the crypto plays, still a lot of China. We went above VWAP and then came right back down. But for the most part, bigger move off the morning, and then now you're doing this pin. That's good, though, because you still have room to go up randomly at any moment, or we'll start dribbling down and take another low. Probably if the bonds make a big reaction. SAP on the low. That's weird. Germany was up. All right, now Germany's coming down, actually. And then crypto. So crypto wasn't too active last couple minutes, though. It's been waking up. Iran, you've seen that the last couple days. I mean, ARM, I played it with headlines, or it's part of the little bubble thing. So as AI bubbles and not, I think it's just going to move in coordination or with headline if they could get one. APH. What was the other one? LAC. That's still above 6. Staples. They were not as hot today. Do weed stocks move with agriculture? I mean, I don't think so. It is agriculture, but as of late, weed has just been, again, all this policy stuff. You know, because weed right now, I mean, it's still holding up, but the general idea is still favorable legislation. That's the real driver for weed. Then you go back to comparing it to agriculture dynamics. But for now in its state, I mean, legislation is key. Policy. And then SPA coming down. Box L. Okay, more Bitcoin. Then Qualcomm. Orbs, Pinduoduo. And defense, NOC. All right, you had, I guess all the defense are up almost 2%. We haven't heard from Trump today, huh? Oh, Trump discusses Gaza with leaders of Arab states. Something about the West Bank. Qualcomm again. And then BSX. Qualcomm's getting volume. It's up 1.7, just kind of melting up. And then Nibis. Hood. Hams. Kava. Oh, Kava gave it back up then? So all the food did, except sweet greens, but it's still in that range. Food was really weird today. Then Tap. I think Tap. Oh, Bud. I was like, are they about to inverse? Very odd. All right, SPY just came back down. You had your first little VWAP run. Drop in lower. We got 30 minutes till Euro close, so it's still mad early. What about Lucid? Who did that to you, brother? Where did that thought come from? Do you know? Good for them. I can't believe this thing's at $22. Did they do a reverse split, or am I missing something? They had to have done a split. There's no way this is $22. But yeah, man, I would just fuck it, gamble. I would rather gamble on China than Lucid. But then again, I'm just not good at these ones. I'm not good at the shitty ones. So, but I think Lucid's a terrible thing. But then again, you know, we should make a portfolio for when I think it's terrible. Like I said, but I'm not really a fan of that. Okay, and if you bring it up again, I'm gonna ban you. Because that's just terrible. They did do a split. Yeah, I was saying that wasn't a $20 stock. It's a good day, not much. It's starting to look more like one of the sell-off ones, but like kind of like yesterday, just kind of straight down. It's staying pinned though at this level, but no real sign of a bubble or not. There was strong data which hurt the bonds. We went lower than we're slightly above it now, but it was a little less credible for the rate cuts. Favorite for data centers? Just NVIDIA. I heard somebody say it yesterday, and I think it's a very, very smart thing, is that, and then Amazon flushing right now. Yo, Amazon taking a dollar candle into the low. I see U.S. ports document formalized tariff agreement with U.S. That's not it. Yeah, I don't know. Shing. But yeah, somebody was talking about it yesterday, and they were saying how, like, a lot of these companies, like the Oracle, even ARM, CoreWeave, Nibis, a lot of them are just getting the overflow demand from NVIDIA, and NVIDIA is giving it to them. So at some point, I don't know, those are the bubble. That's the bubble. The bubble's not really NVIDIA until NVIDIA does bad, but it's everywhere that the NVIDIA money's going. That's kind of what makes it there. So in a weird way, my favorite data center play is NVIDIA. I just really wouldn't, I don't like any of these small, newer business-to-business ones. I mean, they've moved a lot. I made a fuck ton off of CoreWeave, even Nibis too, but I don't view them as anything like, you know, NVIDIA is the king. Go with the king. Follow the kingdom. Oil again on the high, and then oil companies, and then even a little bit of healthcare. Microsoft partners with OpenAI rival Anthropic on AI Copilot. So see if that's a good enough headline to start some bubbling up, because right now you're very headline oriented. That's what I'm saying. It's so bubbly. The right headline, like you saw with Oracle and NVIDIA, or NVIDIA and OpenAI, that'll get it going. So see, though, if it doesn't get it going, fade it. But if it does start to go like 2%, that'll wake up the bubble chasers. And then SPY's still near low. Bonds want to move around. Oh, that could be off the Amazon, yeah. But doesn't Amazon do Anthropic? Yeah, oil, dude. Oil's taking a stick. Up almost like, what, 50 cents? $1 from the bottom almost. Again, you had a draw in oil numbers not too long ago. UN General Assembly, that's still going on. AT&T, and then watch for another round of China. Baidu's up, MSTR, JD, yeah, they're all ripping. Stub is even doing good. Intel too. Intel's about to go back to 31. Yeah, again, 32 is the level there. I'm not gonna say it though, because last time it didn't do it. EU college Trump Ukraine comments very positive. I don't know if any of those other ones are moving. More China. I was just telling you guys the other day, I was like, bro, there might be an AI China war, which said it like a week or two ago. And then I started off the beginning a couple months ago, beginning of the year. I'm telling you, I'm like, hey guys, you may not want to believe this, but I told you the tin foil. I say it's tin, it's black swan. I was like, guys, what if China has better AI than us? And everybody was like, no. And I just said, I agree, America AI is awesome, but I'm like, you guys, just humor me. What if China is better than we think, bro? So, yeah, and here we are. So now it's bubbling up, and you're at the precipice of a AI war. I mean, we were just saying this a couple weeks ago. That's why I brought up that chart, and I'm like, listen, guys, I love you. I brought you this stuff early. I want you to do well. I don't want you to miss opportunity. I don't want you to destroy yourself. So look at where it's at and make your fucking mind up, because it's either we get that AI war and now, or it's going to fade and everyone loses 70%. And then that was it. So, but either way, you're living kind of in the middle. And like I've said, it's not just one event. We've kind of just worked our way through all of this 1 week, 1 month at a time. And here we are. More oil plays. China has more data but not better chips. Are you gonna ask me again after I answer it? But that's the point that I said, is America's arrogant. Now, you guys remember me talking about that? And I said we have this arrogance about us where we're like, oh, no way, China. And we always, and like, I agree with you though, and I think we're correct that America's better, but I think we have a little too much arrogance in terms of how we've approached China AI. Hence why we all got these bulletproof positions, because Wall Street was giving it away. And now they're doubling it. ARM going up. Homeboy is talking about that. eVTOLs, I'll believe them when I see it. That's something I'm not going to invest in until I buy one. Because let me put it this way, like Tesla, when I rejected my Tesla investment, they were on the road and I liked the car. I ended up buying one. So the day I buy an eVTOL, this time I'm going to buy the stock. But until I could buy one in my garage and pilot it around and get insured on it and then fucking do whatever I want, I'm not down. By doing hood. Like I told you though, this is the thing. And again, maybe I'm really early, like a lot of things, or maybe even like the China AI war. I'll tell you now, this is one part I'm worried about with nuclear. Nuclear is going to be the #1 source, and nuclear is really efficient and you need it for AI. That's not the end of the road though, and I don't think people comprehend that yet. I don't fully comprehend it because I don't know the tech. I don't know the energy as well. But like I told you a couple weeks ago, I had a conversation with some pretty well-developed people. Again, this person is worth a lot of money, and they've made me offers to buy things, but we had this talk and they were bringing up, it's not, I want to say it's like fission or fissure or something, but there's another energy source out there. That's what I'm telling you guys. And that's why like nuclear is going to be fire and it's going to work. But if like, look at what we're doing now. You think we're going to stop there? Do you get what I'm saying? I promise you, they're already working on another a level up from nuclear. That's the primary goal. You get what I'm saying? Because you're looking at AI right now, and nuclear is going to get us to a really good step, portability and a lot of other things. But you got to think about it. We need more. You're going to look beyond that. That's just for right now. If we want real AGI, you want real robots powering everything, real actual machine thinking, you're going to need more than nuclear. So do you get, that's why I think if you invested early in a commodity that's growing, that's awesome if it worked. But then, like I'm saying, the future price right now is pricing in a lot, and it will work for a little, but again, there's another step beyond nuclear. Don't ever forget that. That just might be 5-10 years out from now, or depending on how fast we do these developments. But that is the next stage of it. I don't know. Is it fission or fissure? I need to talk to this person because they brought it up in passing, and then I started talking about Jesus and farms. But I'm not even kidding you. We were talking AGI. It's funny, we were talking AGI. I was sharing with them all this stuff I was working on. And then I'm sharing my intelligence and the brain stuff I've been working on. And then we end up into a conversation about Jesus, farm, and birds. But yeah, they brought something. I just didn't understand it. I think it might be fission or fissure. But there's another step. We're just hella early, bro. Hella early. That's all. I think if you've been watching long enough, at this point, I mean, a lot of what I tell you, it comes true later. I think that's my fatal flaw or my gift, is I could tell you things just extremely early. And that's what sucks sometimes, because you may know about it, but if you're too early, you'll either lose money or you won't make money because you're so far in the future. Like, again, look at Baba. I was a year ahead of Baba, but then we did Baidu 1 or 2 months before. Right? If on the long term, the Baidu would have been way better because you didn't have to hold it that long. But Baba, we had to hold it an extra year of nothing, but then you saw where it's at. So same thing with some of these, like I told you, AI, China, I was telling you that for all year, before and even after DeepSeek. And then now, just that's the other energy stuff is something I can't put a timeline on it. I have no fucking clue. Fusion is farther out than quantum. It's fusion or fission, I think. But in theory and conceptually, there's something else, and that should be easy to absorb. Like at the end, nuclear isn't the end. Nuclear is a very good source that's going to be great for development, but it's just not the end. And that's where you got to think about it. Some of us are our actions are implying that nuclear is the end. That's why everybody's going all in, but it's just really not. But then now, what future valuation is it pricing in? It's already up a lot, so how that plays out will be dependent on the actual performance, and then what's available and what we need. I think it's fascinating though, because I'm like, you could get all bogged down on the investment side of it, but like I was saying, whatever happens in the future, guys, we're gonna see some cool shit, and you don't need to be that early. I hope you realize that, because I'm telling you, I'll buy eVTOL once they're in my garage, and I'll still make a lot of money. You would have done the Tesla, you would have 30x your money or something if you just waited till the car was out. You don't need to go that early. So like I'm saying, all these things, and there's exciting things of where we're heading. I'd pay attention. I'd know how to put it in your favor. Obviously, there's going to be gambles, and then some are real solid long-term investments. But just remember, you don't need to be that early. The best way to invest in stuff, even the future, is when it's here. When you have experience with it, and when you're like, whoa, that fucking works, and then you'll really get to see it. So like I'm saying, in a weird way, most of us haven't even dealt with nuclear energy. So wait till that becomes more familiar, and then wait till the new unfamiliar source comes in now, and then we're going to play that game again. But I'm super excited, dude. I love the future. God is good, man. And that's why I'm very, very committed to ending poverty. And I hope all of you, for real, man, I don't care your political background, age, race, ethnicity, you have a really good opportunity for your future, okay? Do not believe these liars and mutilators who are telling you to give up or telling you you have no shot and it's the system and society has failed. I disagree. There's definitely challenges and problems, but I'm telling you guys, this future, you don't even need to be that sophisticated. Just don't be a fool. If you actually care and plan a little bit, brother, wow, you're gonna be able to just imagine setting up some key pieces at the start of a new internet, of the start of a real new physical tech that we have never experienced as a humanity before. So and guess what? Worst case, we get fucking dividends. So come to find out, nothing fucking happens. You're gonna fucking get all your money back on divvies and call it a day and get a crib still. So we're good no matter what. Like, right, at bare minimum, all the future doesn't even happen. Who gives a fuck? You're still do good. You're preparing for your future isn't gonna hurt you. But if I'm right, I think the right setup will be enough to set you apart for generations to come. I really think. Because like I'm telling you, at these shifts, just like in COVID, just like if you listen to the wrong YouTuber during the real estate thing, that was the difference between becoming an owner for life or becoming a renter for life. So think about it. If we go through big shifts, big energy changes, even China dynamics, new tech, real AGI, that positioning is going to be crucial. And some of you have an opportunity that's way bigger than you think. You may be poor right now. You may have nothing. At the start of a new generation, brother, if you're the first in line in the right area, oh, it's going to be crazy. And then are you ready for this? Do you guys want more future talk, future business talk? Or am I too much of a nut job already? You tell me. China's ripping, but I have another one. I have another one for you. I think I just blanked on it by asking you if you wanted to hear it. Oh, no, I remember. Okay, are you ready? This is something you should all think about. I saw this is from Sam Lesson. He tweeted this. He's a tech guy, but it's legit. I agree with it 1,000,000%. People don't realize it. Are you guys ready? This is a business area a lot of you could focus on in the next couple of years. And it has to do with verifying content. So let me give you guys a little humble brag. But do you realize the value of Josh with AI has just skyrocketed? Do you realize Josh is at the high? Don't let the shadow ban and don't let the distorted fake numbers through non-real demand, don't let that fool you. I'm ripping, brother. I'm ripping. All time, I'm popping at a rate bigger than nuclear. You know why? Because do you know what has happened with AI? And the more and more we get towards this, it's going to become cheaper to create fake content. Do you understand? At some point, it's going to be almost free to make fake, fraudulent, inauthentic content. But here's the problem. Back in the day, the fake content and the scams, like a Nigerian scam, you knew it was fake. It was obvious what was fake and what was real. You get what I'm saying? It was only to capture the tail end of like the idiots who fall for that shit, right? But most general people are like, oh, Nigerian prince, scam. You knew it. The cost to produce fake, inauthentic content was kind of high, and then you couldn't get the same market. Now, with AI, you could fake anything, and now you could try to fool everybody. That's a risk, and that people do it, bro. So think about it. Do you not realize what the advantage is right now? Or what industry is going to boom? There's going to be a whole new industry all about verifying things, motherfucker. Outside of social media, because you won't be able to trust it. Now the value of verification and quality is gone through the roof. Because as more and more fakes and more fake info, think about it, it'll be cheap to create fake distractions, cheap to do crime, that means you're not, think about it, every headline, every content you see, if you don't know how to verify, you're either going to be at a disadvantage or you're going to have to pay somebody to verify for you. But I'm telling you, it's crazy. The verification now of content and being able to interpret and know what is authentic or not. Again, that made me millions of dollars on Trump coin, bro. Just knowing what was authentic or not is a world's difference in this fast of a world. And it doesn't matter if you're in a fast world, because if you go really fast but it's inauthentic, you're fucked. You're literally getting scammed. And even the smartest to the dumbest people wouldn't know as AI gets more advanced. So that's why the industry and the area that's going to boom, it's going to be verification and confirming stuff. That's something that, the more and more AI goes towards this, the more you're not going to know what's real, brother. This is really a reality, a war of reality. I know I sound insane, but this is real. Like, look, you guys, it sounds crazy if you focus on the words, but this is what happens. It's just scams. It's the speaker scam, the Nigeria scam. It's just the technology of scam. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. Just take the simple scam and now fucking juice it up with AI, and let's take it to the logical end. You arrive here where you have this crazy tool that people will use to distort and do all this. And now it's like your accuracy and confirmation that, the more and more you are throwing that into the pool, it's going to be very hard to make decisions. The war, the battle is just reality. It's going to be, what is real? That's going to become a question that will be increasingly more difficult to answer the better AI gets. And if you know what's real, you, my brother, become more valuable. Because again, little by little, more and more people will not be able to do that. Not because of propaganda, but simply because of AI. And just, I know what people are going to do. That's what they did with email. That's what they did with crypto. You're going to have scammers and fakers. So, yeah. Ta-da. Yeah, verification providers will be arbiter of truth. But like in a weird way, this is what I'm saying. Some of you don't realize it. Some of y'all are being fools. Do you not realize truth has a tremendous monetary value? My brother, you become truthful. You offer something in the AI world that will be very rare and valuable. Valuable. Money. My brother, you don't have to be truthful for the sake of morality. If you were truthful for the sake of greed, it will still serve you. And that's what I'm telling you. It's insane. So yeah, I'm telling the future, you guys, is going to be dope. And you all have a shot, dude. You could change a lot of things. And depending if you play your cards right, this is that playing field leveling out. Not everyone's going to know stuff. Some, even the best of the world, will be prone to getting fooled and vice versa. So that's why the right plan, the right consistency, you're going to be great. Tap. Well, yeah, it will never be a single entity, no. But yeah, but there is going to be systems, and at the end of the day, individuals, companies, systems that could provide trust and could provide verification as we get more fake, cheap content. It's a tremendous value. Oracles. And then yeah, TAP, so it felt like we did purchase yesterday, but now we're right back up. If you bought the dip, it would have been good. It looks hella computery here. Why is there 3 of these little candles? 4. Yeah, the system that provides it will become the target. I mean, that's kind of what happened to us in COVID. I mean, just think about it. That's why we were making a lot. And I was giving you guys a lot of info at the time that as everybody was confused, we just knew it. And that was that verification of content at that moment and what was happening in the world, that was enough to make you a millionaire, or literally make sure you didn't get left behind in all this shit. So regardless, the past doesn't matter. I hope you all learned something, because all of those were gifts as we take it into this future, man. I don't know why we're all born here. I don't know why we all get to live through this generation, but you are. So just do not betray the lessons that God and life have already given you. That's why I truly believe you're all prepared. You know, I hope you take that with confidence, is that you are ready, and I think you all have it in your ability to both change the world and even get to a monetary level of you could be one of the richest in the world. I think we all have that shot. So who's with me, baby? Baba 180, guys. That's it. 181, I think, or 187. What is it? Oh my, no, right here. Yeah, 181, bro. 181, 182. If that goes, the breakout, and it's... to the sky. Oh, where's a LAC? Oh, my fucking options are ripping. That's weird. The options are going up higher without the stock going up as much. Just in case I don't make it home tonight, I'ma buy lantern for the last time, baby. Yeah, I don't know why the LAC premium. That's what I'm saying. The stock's not up high. We were up 10 cents higher, but the premiums, the spreads are widening heavy. I'm giving you one right now. See, man, I'd be waking up super hype, bro. I want to tell you this play. I have a really good one. But then again, I fucking tell you one earlier today. Motherfuckers breaking the rules back to back to back. So, but yeah, we'll just that Baba breakout level is important, I would say. So either way. I'll make that to you for the last time, long time. Lulu on the high. McDonald's has birthday cakes? I did not know that. Lulu's starting to rocket up. Again, they got to get back up to that opening, and then LAC trying to come up. Where are the short terms on that one? Oh my, oh, okay, that's November. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, even the short terms doubled up. But yeah, do you guys see it? It's the same shit. This price is literally the same when we made that one play, and now the premium just melts up. So I'm glad though I called that out for you guys as it was happening. So I hope you got to witness it. But yeah, they're going nuts. Pony. All right. I need to go to the bathroom now. Do you guys want to see a cool video? I think you'll like this one. I got a fun one for you. Are you ready? Did you guys know that, RFK? Here, I'll show you. It blew my mind. I just got to hear him when he was young, and he sounds like the same but different. Here you go. Here is a 2005, 20 years ago. Here is RFK with Jon Stewart. So I'm gonna go pee. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. See you in a little bit.
Nice to see you. Likewise, as we adjust our
ARM has nothing to do with Baba breaking out. We're talking about a 5-7 year bear market in China.
Most recently, you're talking
not
about
a fucking pump tech play
and
for AI.
Pretty controversial.
Come on, guys.
It's not all vaccinations, but between 1989 and 2003, almost all of our vaccinations included a material called thimerosal, which breaks down to form mercury. It was a preservative. It was unnecessary to add to the vaccines. And
isn't that crazy?
So
I want to play it, but I still don't know if I'll get banned. See, look at that fear you guys have struck into our hearts. Oh, and then where was it? And then you have the Kimmel, but I need to go pee. Alibaba, I'll let them pump.
Whether it's thinking about its own chips too.
Yes, it's about building an ecosystem. Thanks for having me. So it's Alibaba's annual developers conference, and lots of surprise. The biggest surprise, as you mentioned, is about them raising the capex guidance for AI capex over the next 3 years. We already knew from February that in the next 3 years they're going to commit over $50 billion of spending on AI infrastructure, but they said they will be spending more. But although that they didn't give specific numbers, but investors are already getting excited about their AI projects, so the shares rallied, of course. And on data center and cloud, the company said it has already been expanding overseas. It will continue to do so, and over the next year, it will be building data centers in countries like the Netherlands, France, and Brazil, and that's another plus. And on the model side, the company released this new QN Max 3 model, which according to the company is among the top in the charts, the benchmark as well. So all those are pluses, and for Chinese investors that are enthusiastic about AI developments, the shares have reacted positively.
Bloomberg's Henry Wren out of London. Thank you very much. China's biggest tech firms are pouring unprecedented sums into artificial intelligence, matching the massive investments already underway in the US. Global tech investment firm Prosus holds a significant stake in one of those giants, Tencent. Joining us now is CEO Fabrizio Bluisi, who visits us in San Francisco. You know, Henry did a good job breaking down what Alibaba had to say. You through your lens of Tencent, understand what's happening in China. How do you interpret and react to what Alibaba told us overnight?
Hello, Ed and Caroline. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for receiving me. We are extremely excited about AI in China. I know there is so much geopolitical tension about who is going to win. This is not like a simple win thing. This is going to change the world in the next 10, 20 years substantially, and the giants of China are investing substantially against that. Alibaba is doing a great work, but also Tencent is doing a great work. DeepSeek had a big impact in what everyone is doing here, also in Europe and US. So we are bullish. This is going to keep growing. I want to give you one extra data. China, 10 days ago, released its AI plus policy.
Yes.
Where they say in 3 years, 70% of the devices are going to be AI enabled using open source AI. In 10 years, the whole society is going to be disrupted by AI. So it's amazing how committed China is to AI. And I think it's our obligation in US to do that. It's our obligation as one of the biggest European companies to invest in Europe so we can keep the pace or do better.
You know, overall, what these Chinese technology companies share is their commitment to spend, but they are very different. They have
I don't know. It looked like
of the business.
It looked like a glitch, but then it kind of
cloud computing.
Yeah, we're just trying to tweak it out.
How should we distinguish
kind of like yesterday, but look at this
AI strategy?
What do you guys notice right now? So Nasdaq's down 0.14. It's actually very small. You finally got the Russell, but just like yesterday, man, you've been going straight down all day, and just look, the VIX is barely moving. So this is what I was saying in the morning. I'm like, it's either going to play out like yesterday, low volatility sell-off, or you're going to kind of do a mix of this or just straight up. So we're not doing straight up, but keep in mind that last Friday. That's kind of what we look like right here. We're kind of edging out at the low end. You hold it for a couple of hours, and then we'll see what level we go to. And then if it does break down, then you'll be back in the Powell zone. But if it goes back up, and yeah, then the bubble will just keep reigniting and fanning and cooling off and not. And here we are. GDXU. And then Vera, he is still risen indeed, bro. The he is risen rally. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what is that? Thorium? Yeah, someone sent me this. So thorium is fueled by nuclear fission. But it's like thorium instead of uranium. They say it's cheaper and then safer. Interesting. But yeah, that's good. Like I said, there's more than just the uranium, but we'll probably have this conversation in another half a decade. Energy storage? Oh, some, I mean, IRM, but that's not even energy storage as much as it's like data storage. But if it's tied to real estate and storage and energy, oh, I would do the real estate part of it all. That I'm a big fan of. NTR, bro. Remember MOS, dude? And NTR, they've been taken off from that. Whatever that was. And then Baba, it's funny, the premiums are going up. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I do think it's a key level. Like I'm telling, all that matters is this 180. I told you even $2-3 ago. Because look, you guys, this is 2021. You break above here. I mean, Baba was a completely different stock before. You think about it. You haven't filled this gap until today, motherfucker. You guys realize that? So this is now effectively a 4-year gap fill. It took you 4 years, but the gap did get filled. So I think your next gap is 267. Yes, and they were there without AI or anything. But then again, people were allowed to go outside and shop. I think Xi Jinping killed like half of them. So I don't know. But AI, for sure. We'll find out. But that's why I'm like, at this point, it's you're either going to choose to gamble on that breakout or not, or you're just going to keep riding your first position. Remember, I did those out of the monies a couple weeks ago. They were dead, and then they popped up. That one day, I got all my money back, and then they died. And then I didn't reload, but if you did, that would have been good this week. We had it all, baby. The Lord is with you. God is good, baby. God is good. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying. Alrighty, you're going lower, brother. It's actually crazy. Equal weight went negative right now, or break even. Super tiny though, because even yesterday, like I'm saying, it was straight down, the low volatility sell-off, but you didn't. It was still like 0.5%, 1% almost. Keep up LAC. That was the only one who would have. That's what sucks, man, on these days. Because it's like you want like big data and big things to happen, but like this was the most action today. It's not even that crazy. Vincent Velo. Is that how you say your name? It sounds... What a dope ass name, bro. Sounds like a clothing brand. You sound like high fat Velo. Vincent Velo. Is that your real name? Because it sounds beautiful. Wait, is that you? Is that Vince? So many Vinces. That Velo. Velo? No, oh, different Velo. Good morning. Good morning, Chatadonia. I hope your day is going good. Hey, yo, guys, we're up on tap. Should we make a song? Now we could be like tap, tap, tap? Or should we be like, no? Okay. But I thought. Now, look, Chipotle went negative, too, right when you thought we were going taco, taco, bro. I hate looking at this thing every day. That's why you look at it every 10 years. It's fun to look at your long term, though, if you have the emotional maturity. And, like, you don't get discouraged by time moving. Von der Leyen appreciates China's willingness to engage in trade. Blab. A tap dancer? I don't know. Do we? I think we have a tap dancer, Chad, actually. It sounds familiar. I had a phase as a kid where I wanted to be a tap dancer. Was I the only one, or was I just a little weird? Because I really did. I remember watching like shit as a kid, and like I remember the first time I saw a tap dancer, I was like, I want to do that. I really, really believed I could be a tap dancer. It was a mini aspiration of mine. Like seriously, I know. I'm doing it right now, bro. I know how to like, and then they put the one foot off to the side, and they like tap, 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 tap. I go hard. I'm kind of, But yeah, I really did. No, that was not on your bingo card. You tapped for a year? Oh, you motherfucker. No way. So you got game. Oh, fuck. That's crazy then. You really are about that. That's what I'm saying. Dude, I've always wanted to. I didn't have a way to explain it to my Egyptian parents. I said, give me these shoes so I could tap to the music. I think they would have beat me. But, oh, dude, you have no idea. I'm kind of down. You did tap for a year as a kid? Oh, my gosh. I might go buy me a pair. Fuck it. Why not? That'd be amazing, bro. I fucking hit a play and I just start tapping away. Oh, man. Instead of philo claps, I do a little dance routine. Duh, whack. All right, fine. Yeah, CNC. Dude, Happy Feet's a good movie. You know? I don't know the last time y'all watched Happy Feet, but I remember I told you this, I think a year or two ago. Happy Feet's a solid that's a solid series, brother. You know, that's before Disney started, that's before they started ruining the movies. But yeah, bro. Nah, fuck that. Happy Feet goes hard. Them, like, little penguins, dude, they got game. That whole series, bro. Big fan. Now that's the real tap dance. That, and then, what's the other one? Ratatouille. Ratatouille goes hard. I don't think, has there been any new good cartoons? What the fuck has Disney even been making? Let's see. Let's go check the box office. I feel like there hasn't been any good movies that came out. FDS and oil. Wasn't FDS on the low? Not FactSet? Yeah, they were low earlier, and then oil's popping, both like USO as well as like oil companies. The Last Tiger. Let's see. Movie box office. Sure, September 19th. Demon Slayer. That's that's not even new, is it? Release date? No, 2025. Huh. Here, I'll show. We could go over it together. What are these movies, bro? Disney's not even in the fucking... Oh, they're barely in the top 10. Like I'm saying, though, I don't know. I feel like there hasn't been active movies. So right now you have Demon Slayer, #1 this week. 17 million on the box office. Him, what the fuck is Him? That's #2. The Conjuring, #3. Downtown Abbey, 4. The Long Walk, #5. A Big, Bold, Beautiful... Yes, it's my pill! No, it's mine! Okay. The Senior, and then Toy Story? Are they re-debuting it? Are you fucking kidding me? So Toy Story's #5 for some reason. I don't know where they're broadcasting Toy Story this week, but literally there was $1 million of Toy Story tickets sold. So, yeah, but that's what I was saying, dude. I was like, Disney's not even up on this list. Weapons, Freakier Friday, and then Hamilton. These are all old, too. So weird. Yeah, I feel like it's been slow, man. No good movies. I haven't been to the movies in a while. And then Spy going lower. It's so tiny, man. That's what sucks. It's unfortunate that you have Equal Weight kind of going down with it, but now this is just tech. Equal Weight's holding, oil's going up, but yeah, you're slightly lower than yesterday. It's all really small. VIX is not panicking. So it could still be a slow work down. Either way, I'd watch for like 66, 31, 32, then the 27s. If that breaks, then we're going to go back to 6,600. And then there's MO. Again, oil's still on the high. LAC is about to break out. And then we got CNC breaking out too. Oxy. I don't like oil companies. So I think Oxy's good, and Buffett likes them. They're good value. I don't know if they came down or not. But... I'd buy oil on the dip, dude. If, like, that's the thing. I don't like oil companies for the long term. But, like, after 2020, it's like if energy ever got really, really dirt cheap and had a good dividend like Oxy or XOM, then I would do it. But other than that, I'm not really, I'm not sold on anything now. And I think Oxy's pretty elevated still, yeah. It's in that range. Better price than not. I held it during 22 and 23 as, like, a swing trade. But for the long term, like I'm saying, unless you have big money and need a yield or whatever, but even then, I think you could, you buy it on the dip. And this is a better dip than not, but this is where I'm saying I don't put energy in my long term, but like I've learned. And like if this ever happens in my lifetime again where you could get, you know, oil at a fraction, like XOM, Oxy at $10, dude, I'll buy it. But I wouldn't pay anything. I'm going to overpay for it will grow. I hope. All right, man. LAC, dude. Money. I love you, Chad. I hope you love life, because the Lord is with you. UTZ. What's this? H-Town. Hot Pockets no longer come with cooking sleeves? Really? I did not know this. Where's Baba? All right. I would speak now or forever hold your peace on LAC. So I think you either make it free. The first set went up a couple 100%, like 500-600. Second set 50 to 100%. The shares are already up another 50 to 70. You could get free shares too, but point is you either push this one or you take it at the high right now while they're paying you, and then call it a day. Ta-da! Tyree alleged leak of 3 million Ticketmaster. Uh-oh. And then Spy's just dumping. What is it? Is it StubHub Ticketmaster, right? That's why I'm thinking. LA Clippers are moving. Oh, no way. And then, yeah, dude, you're dumping here. I don't know if this is NVIDIA or not, but that brought up just like the other day. Remember, I'm telling you, VIX isn't fucking moving. You get more violent of a move. That's gonna raise up some of the panic a little bit. Yeah, Live Nation, that's Ticketmaster. But yeah, something just snapping, but I wouldn't again really panic. Like I'm telling you, we got to get to a couple of these levels at this point. Yeah, 66.35. So get ready for like 32, and then you go below there. Then it'll probably take another. You'll probably go another 0.5%. No bond move at all. No. And again, bonds should be weaker considering that new home data. Now, a little rip off the bottom. That was just a mix of big tech. And like we're saying, this little slow grind down. Let me get you a checkup. What do we got? So Dow Jones. Do I mind explaining why holding the LACs could be bad? Yes, I do. So I guess I'm not going to talk about LAC anymore. I don't want to. So you guys got to make your decision. I was saying make your decision here, even yesterday. Just decide early, make up your mind. But again, I think I got you in the neighborhood where it was 50% cheaper. But now, like, you just have to make your own decision. So do whatever you want. Don't wait on any human at all, ever again. But we have a Dow 12 green, 18 red. NASDAQ 42 green, 58 red. It's pretty much 50-50. And then SPX 228, 274. Well, yeah, it just has nothing to do with it. Like I'm saying, you had it in front of you very early. We have made our decisions very early. But what you do is up to you, and I don't want you to influence each other, and I don't want to influence you. But I am glad that you heard about it when it was more optimal. But at this point, it's just whatever you want. And like I've said, that was a good point where several 100%, you could get all your money back, or you decide to push it for the confirmation. That's just understanding where we're at with what's going on. But you know, if it's just gonna divulge into what play, should I buy, sell, I think we're losing the plot. Can you ask about a position you held overnight and are still holding and not get banned? No, you cannot, sir. Unfortunately, you should make your own decision. You could ask me a question, but you don't need to tell me what you bought. So you could approach at your own risk. QURE. That's Shkreli was talking about that one. They got some biotech thing. Well, you're doing the dump again. Just watch for another little one of these, and then 30 points to 6,600. That's really it. It feels a lot like yesterday. Yeah, pre-earnings are right around the corner. There'll be like the smaller ones. Give it like a couple weeks, and then maybe in like a month, then the real everybody's right back at it. Right back at it. Hi. Well, that was a good make free signal. God bless. If it could still bounce back up, but like I'm saying, you got way more dollar for dollar there. Now you could go buy back in if you wanted. See, but then again, that's where you go back and forth and get murdered. Just get a long term. You didn't mean to foul. It's okay, bro. I just said I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just leave it alone. Now you're starting to bother me. I wasn't bothered before. She's okay, man. Like I said, figure it out. I did my job. I got you at mad early. Y'all you're gonna make money no matter what. You're up 500%. So what the fuck are we talking about right now? Do you see what I'm saying? If you're up 500% and you're looking to me for what to do, I don't think you're trading at that point. I think something has gone seriously wrong. Because that's what I'm saying. At minimum, all those plays are up 50 to 100%. Best case, 500 to 1,000%. So what are we really asking? Just make your decision. It's you got in it. You know your account. I don't know if shit about your account. You guys got to do it, but keep pressing me on it. Not a good idea. This isn't helping. Jeez. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're just not going to discuss it. Like I've said, I just don't want to talk about it. I don't think it's going to, because this is the third play like that. So you guys are just behind, unfortunately. Open Door, even D-Nut, we've talked about this concept. On buy, on inheritance, on buy versus finance a house. Sure. What do you mean? Are you having a house, or did you get a bunch of money and you're asking what to do with it? Again, that biotech still going. SPY took another dump. VIX, another 0.5%. Bonds have not moved at all. It's a majority tech, but look at the low ticker. It's broadening out now. Russell's leading the NASDAQ on the low. So, like I'm saying, these little panic snaps, that starts to take everything with it. This right here was like NVIDIA tech, NVIDIA, and then like part of the Russell goes with it. Then little bounce, and then another set of green starts to go red. Wife inheriting. We have 0 debt. We need to buy a house March 1st. All right, email me. We'll get you pre-approved and go buy a house. That's it. Just make sure it's a good deal. But if it's for you guys to live in, at this point, just make sure it's the best location, not overpriced, and something that you guys can like live in, even if you, whether you have a family or are going to start one, you know, kind of think ahead for the future. But I mean, it's you have the money. If you're you can pay for any down payment with $500,000, but you do have to just get the loan and start with it. But I'm not really worried about the financing, whether you buy it cash or get a loan. But I'm more worried about not like don't blow the money when you get it, and make sure you get a good deal. I think it all, buying cash or financing depends on the property. So obviously rates are high. If you could afford it all cash, it'd be great. But again, it depends on what we're dealing with. Both the condition of the property, or if it's still a good deal, you could get a good loan. I mean, why you could do an FHA. Are you guys employed? Because really what I would do, I would go, if you guys are both employed, I would go get an FHA loan for you guys to live in. So then that way you could buy whatever house you want with 3% down. And then I would go and take that $500,000 and go buy 2 or 3 rental properties. Either 2 paid off ones in Indiana, or you could go and get one bigger one somewhere else paid off. I get you one in Cali paid off at $500,000. So yeah, that's what I would do. But you need a job for that. But most cases, you're not going to buy the house all cash. You could get a VA loan. Oh, Habibi, do that. I would really do that. So get the VA, get a really nice house to live in too. You see what I'm saying? Find what you guys want to live in that's perfect, and then anything else you'll have money to meet it in the middle. But then that'll be 0 down, and then you go buy a rental, and then you could put some of it in the long term too. Now we have 2 houses, a long term and cash. So I would do that. Not a recommendation. That's just what I would do. I can't even get a VA loan. Micron on the low. Is it dumb to buy the land now? If you've never built, I just wouldn't do it. But you don't have to listen. But I've seen a lot of people have problems buying their first or second home. They want to build it, but it's really hard, you guys. And it costs a lot of money, and it takes a lot of time. And that's a really good way to just have money that doesn't have instant value. Because again, if you buy land and you sit on it, you put all this work into it, if it still needs permitting, utilities, it's not ready, you could sell it, but it's not going to be liquid. Real estate's already illiquid. So you want to make sure that worst comes to worst. I don't want bad things to happen, but just in case they did, we want to make sure, like equity building our assets, we want to make sure that we have something that's worth our time and money, and that we know the value is stable. Land, you can't say that, because it all depends on how you could exploit it, and based on licensing, everything else, and what's there, what's not there, all of that. So, and even then, just think about what you guys, so this is what I'll do too. Even if you want to build, even if you have family who could help you and they have experience, I would still go buy another house today. And I would build when you're ready to build and get that there, but you got to think about it. All of you who are saying you want to buy land and build, most of you will not end up doing it. That's the reality. The other part is going to be a lot of mistakes, and it's going to cost a lot. But then the third, think about what you're telling me. You're telling me 3 to 4 years from now is essentially what you're saying. So you're saying you'll get your crib by the end of the decade. Because again, 18 months to build, 9 to permit, 9 to build at minimum. So it's going to take you 18 months after you get it, 2 years almost. So what's the timeline we're on? You got to think about it. That's what I'm saying. In the meantime, I would just go buy a house for you or go buy a rental. So then maybe that property can pay for the build. But I wouldn't do nothing for the next 2 to 3 years and then buy a piece of land and wait on that. You failed the meta interview? No way. Why? You know, isn't it AI? Don't they have bots doing it now? Yeah, PG kept going up. I put that up there. SPY is still dumping. VIX gradually coming up here. Bonds have not budged. This is mainly tech, but you do have the Russell. Again, it was 50-50 a second ago. It still is 50-50. That didn't even change shit. 10 more names went negative on the NASDAQ. $225 green, $278 red. Yeah, NVIDIA is just it's only 1% though. It's still really small. You have the home and rental. Oh, you're good then. That's what I'm saying. As long as I would have hated if you were just sitting there waiting to build something and you didn't own. Because then, even though you had a good plan and idea, you still wouldn't have owned anything. So if you already have a house, you got a long term, that's a good way to expand into it. And like we've talked about, if you have some of that background, but don't sit and do nothing. That I can't agree with, even if it's in the name of building down the road. Google on the low. You're still sitting on third of a house. So you're the second person in this conversation who has said it. 2 people have already mentioned that they're building, but you guys aren't done. That's the part I don't like about it. And then not to mention it's very cash intensive. And then if anything happened right now and you needed your money, you're not getting your money. That's the problem. Yeah, Bud is going up now, and O. Okay, a couple more staples and a lot more tech is selling off. Look at it, just like yesterday when you had that it's not even panic. You're rotating the staples, I could confidently say now. because it did this both days. Right when we get the little tech and then you get the little panic Russell move, kind of, it's moving to staples. So yeah, you got Google, Nvidia, Apple. They're on the way down, and Amazon too. That's adding a lot. But it's there. I'd look at the VIX. It's not insane. That's why I'm telling you, this kind of looks like a lot, but not really. So you're, what, 5 cents higher than the high of yesterday as we dumped, and then 30, 40 than the Fed, which this is kind of crazy because on the other days at the beginning of the year when it was really volatile, straight down would shoot the VIX up 20%. But yeah, that's it. It's just in this case, one way down, just like yesterday. But then again, you get 4 or 5 days that we've seen sell-offs like this, where that's how they get you. It'll be 4 or 5 days in a row of gentle VIX, but then before you know it, you'll be right back down here. So like I'm saying, we'll see if we break those levels, and then really by Friday too. But it's really the exact same setup as yesterday. Again, you're below the 30, 22, 21 will be the next level, then 13, and then 6,600. Oh, Target woke up. Target was at the bottom, and then that's rotated now a little bit too. Like I'm saying, all those staples. See, and that generally is why we had a bad purchase or at the time in the morning yesterday, but I'm hoping that with some of these value beaten down plays, that the days we have tech sell off, we should get a bid on them. That's why I'm saying it's not that's why I preferred that over cash to a certain extent. Well, just wait till this little rotation ends. Otherwise, you just got to be concerned if we do this for like 2-3 days in a row, because it won't be volatile, but then 2-3 days we're down, we give up half the month's gains, and then before you know it, you're just in a weird middle. It was gentle, but it would still be a weird middle. No, you didn't really miss much. And again, though, remember, part of the data today was not credible. You just had really, really strong real estate data. So, but I don't think that's the reason for the move. I think it's just part of yesterday, part of when the bubble's cooling down, the non-hot stocks have calmed down, and now some of that money's going to staples, but you just haven't had any like headline or anything. You need something, man. Where's China? That could be the other part that has. Yeah, China even gave up some. That happened yesterday too. Where you didn't remember, China added a lot there today, but then that also started slowing down right at the same time. So China's going to probably hold, but then we'll see what it does from there. But everything is getting turned down right now. Look, low ticker, but now it hit Russell. NASDAQ's almost 1%, but that started to spread through. Unless it's a staple or a value name that was down, it's not getting a bid. Actually, where's Intel? Yeah, Intel's still holding, but it gave up some of that. But look, Pepsi, XLP, MO, TAP, you name it, bro. They're all, anything XLP-wise, staple, that's value. Even if it already had a gain, it's still going up. Target, even. I think even UPS. No, UPS stayed. LAC coming down, I know. So our last rant on it, I think that would have saved you a couple 100%. But I don't want to talk about it anymore. You guys get banned. I thought it was a good play. I thought everybody made money. I thought it'd be easy, but y'all will find a way to overcomplicate it. So just we'll go back to Intel. This reminds me of that one. Nikes. No, there wasn't any news. Just same thing yesterday. We got a little extra panic, and then you started rotating. It wasn't like tech was already down a lot, every single one of them, but then this just started triggering sell tech by Staples. Constellation now, another set of energy. Weird. Yeah, and then there's your Ocklos and everything else. NVO flushing. NVO taking a bigger candle. It looked bigger on the low ticker than UNH on the high. You a moral issue if you go to the courthouse to file a state arbiter if your brothers are lacking on the estate? I don't know. I don't know your guys' situation. And I don't want to say yes or no and then you use that as justification without I don't know what's going on. So it does sound like a personal matter. I would go to your brothers first and tell them what you want to do and say you want to handle something, and then after that, though, it's hard to say without the info. So you can email me. I can get back to you later on that. Apple. Yeah, QURE, that was the one in the morning. It just kept going, and then it just took off right now. Again, those ones are ridiculous, though. Option-wise, you're going to have to spend a lot, or you have to do shares. That's literally a biotech. Biotech, like that. Tell the people that filo water is back. Oh, it's 9:17. All right. Felt really early, but before you know it, we're slowly barreling in. Okay, watch. Some of those value names are coming down. See if tech bounces. Look at Staples topped and came down. Either we take another flush and Staples go with it, or Staples come down and then tech is going to bounce for a little bit until we repeat that. Yeah, more healthcare waking up. Maze. All right. I think you bounced at one of the levels. Yeah, 20, 21. That was the low end. So then 13 and then 6,600. If we don't go any lower, that'll be your bottom for the day. But if we're going lower, we're probably going to hit 6,600 flat. And then you're real far away from VWAP. And then Intel even came down. Who else? Sweet Greens held. Chipotle sold off. Tap got the value run. And who's the other one? LAC. So we got time. It felt really, really early, but now we've moved through. Again, today doesn't have any data. You're going to get a lot of Fed speakers still. That's going to be your second half. And then China hopes EU to uphold fair competition with WTO. Democrats probe law firms over work for Trump admin. All right, like I'm saying, watch that staple tech dynamic here. It's looking like it'll be there. It's not going to be permanent. Like I'm telling you, it's either they'll kind of work together going up or down, or it'll be a little one and then just wait. Staples start getting a bid, they'll start selling tech again. But they don't have to sell tech if Staples get a bid. But so far, that's kind of what you've seen during this little 30, 40 minutes of panic there. And then more biotechs, Rare, and then another one, and then BSX. And then QURE again. Yeah, they got, I think it was Huntington's disease. But they got the approval this morning. And then now it's just taking the second, third run. That was one off the AM. I think we had it. Was it? Or is that CDTX? Oh yeah, right here. So that was in the morning, QURE. So that was the Huntington's one, and then the refi. So that was at 190 in the morning. You took another 100% pretty much from the AM. So yeah, just again, I mentioned it from the bathroom. I saw Skrelly tweeting about it. He's pumping it, but then yeah, it just keeps. There's no options, and then you're buying $50 a share. It was just at 14 the other day. Yesterday. CNC waking up too. That's a outperformer in the space. All right, well, market bounced a little bit off that. You still, like I said, 2 more levels below. 6600s in play, or that was it. God bless America. Okay, ACAD. Didn't they had some bad news today with the drug. And then ACHC, Acadia, they got activist. Okay, still going. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on China if that could wake up again. Again, that one's phenomenal. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, Lulu's running up. Lulu in the biotechs, QURE, and then there's a lot of other sympathies coming up secondary behind it. Again, Rare and a few others. No, it's up with Lulu. Real estate too. Oh, that was popping for the last like 10, 20 minutes. You mean the BABA or the Oracle news? NVIDIA gave up the Oracle news from the other day, or the OpenAI. But I'm surprised Baba held its shit today. Baba's still up 8%. That's insane. It was up almost 10. Again, we've seen that a couple of times this year, but usually it's not like that. Serve a tweet? What did they tweet? Serve Robotics. Again, if you could get a good headline, you'll wake up the bubble chasers, but yeah, we kind of chilled. LAC. OYB. Oh yeah, they're going live with NVIDIA at 11 a.m. Serve. That was the other guy too, RST, the one in the morning. There was one of those in the morning that announced like NVIDIA or whatever. So yeah, at 11 a.m. What time is it? It's fucking early, dude. It's 9. Yeah, I woke up too early. But yeah, that's the Serve tweet. So they just posted a link saying they're going to be at a NVIDIA event. p.m. Eastern, yeah. All right, well, good luck. And then whatever Dine is, that's another biotech. Intel came up a little. Chill day. Always a chill day. Oh, I need to get that over here. All right, look, Staples recovered. This is your spot. So see if Staples could move in tandem now and then market recovers, or they'll flip-flop again. And then Staples get a bid, market is done with the rally. But that looks good for now. I mean, my goodness, bro. What a day. What a day. Tesla's up too. All the big tech is just not doing well. So that's your only problem. Visa, bold new card for Gen Z. Stack Power, Butts, bold new card. What the fuck is this? Gen Z credit cards with LED lights. What the fuck? How? It doesn't make sense. Why do I need that on my credit card? LEDs, supply chain, Pokemon cards. No? Okay. You don't want Pokemon? TNFA. Another buy. That's it. The QURE. That woke up the bubble chasers in pharma. They're all going right now. I'm sure you noticed. And then you had what? 2 other M&A activities the other day with Pfizer and who else? There was one more. Oh, yeah, where's GM? LAC still at 6. That was a good sell at 620 if you took them, but I mean they're all still up generally. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Did you guys watch the watch list? I hope you did. I could give you some other propaganda. Oh shit, Malay is at the United Nations?
Too late. In other countries, for example, it's already too late to take the decisions he has. That's not only what's important.
Dude, Mark Cuban gets so mad when he sees
Donald
this
Trump
guy.
is also doing is restructuring.
Mark Cuban's like, how come I don't look cool?
Unprecedented fashion. That's a titanic
Mark Cuban don't understand it.
To the very core of the
like that's the only
system,
dude who doesn't.
System
I love you,
has
Malay.
been gnawing
God
away
bless
at
you.
the
Shout out to
industrial heart of his
Intel. I'll
country.
be right back. Follow me on
the
Instagram
country
at the
now
Trading
has
Fraternity. The
a
Lord is with you,
debt
chat.
crisis. Furthermore,
oh yeah, push-ups too.
Undertaking a cleaning up of
Look
the
at the
institutional
time.
capture of the American state.
Move
because
around.
It's been
Yeah,
infiltrated by
baby.
left-wing
Yeah.
factions that were seeking to undermine any reform program that was necessary.
Yeah.
Both
It is
I
Austin
and Donald
Powers.
Trump know what we're doing in the face of these challenges. All of these challenges have a common denominator that all countries, including supranational organizations, must address. They must find a way of creating dividends for the future and not succumb to the temptation of dealing with the present. This is something that major nations, Western nations, have been aware of and putting into practice for decades. We need to get back to that. We need to go back to our roots. We need to tackle priorities first, and that needs to go hand in hand with the idea that you need to do what's difficult but right and prioritize that over and above what's easy and comfortable. As I previously said, this also stands for international organizations that have gradually been integrating such actions into their ecosystem. I think I speak on behalf of all of you when I say that the UN must lead the charge when it comes to this paradigm shift. They must return to the roots that made it the great organization that it once was in the past. I wish to humbly lay before you as an assembly 4 principles that we think might serve as we seek to achieve the aforementioned goal. 1. The principle of a core mandate. The central mission of the United Nations is to preserve international peace and security. Everything else must be viewed as complementary to or in service of that goal. The strategic management of resources of this institution consequently requires that we stick to our priorities and not take on others. Secondly, the principle of international subsidiarity. The UN must tackle an issue solely when it is patently clear that the problem demonstrably exceeds national capacity for action. In all other cases, it is right and proper to return the initiative to states. They are the ones who have the democratic legitimacy and answer to their peoples. 3. The principle of institutional efficiency. Argentina has undertaken a process whereby it seeks to optimize the state. We've eliminated redundant structures and returned resources to taxpayers. In the same way, we believe that the UN requires a similar journey. That requires conducting reliable audits, closing ineffective programs, the consolidation of agencies into single bodies, and financing tied to real achievement. 4. The principle of normative simplification and streamlining. Peace is not only the absence of conflict, it requires prosperous societies. International cooperation must not transform into an obstacle for economic growth and an obstacle to the creation of opportunities. Consequently, we can only and must only support initiatives that do not stymie states' capacities to lead their own production and productive efforts to attract investment and foster trade that are the right way to reduce poverty. These principles will be highly valuable, we believe, in terms of getting our organization back on course so it can stand the test of time and produce tangible results over time. To conclude, I want to raise 4 sensitive and crucially important issues for the Argentine Republic. Firstly, I wish to reiterate our legitimate claim and irrenunciable claim in terms of sovereignty over the Malvinas, South Georgia, South Sandwich Islands and the surrounding maritime areas. That continue to be illegally occupied. In spite of the fact that 80 years have elapsed since the creation of this organization, colonial situations such as this one remain unresolved. For this reason, we call upon the United Kingdom to resume bilateral negotiations in accordance with Resolution 2065 of this very same General Assembly, together with all relevant subsequent resolutions.
Wait, Sydney Sweeney?
Secondly, I wish to once again
random white girl.
roundly reject expressions of fundamentalist violence that continue to be seen and that are spreading throughout the world. In Argentina, we already suffered this horror with the attacks against the Israel embassy and La Hamia in 1992 and 1994, respectively. For this reason, we urge the international community to strengthen legal cooperation to guarantee that Interpol and its signs are respected and those responsible for such atrocities are brought to justice. That will help us to ultimately be able to heal this painful wound that plagues our country's history. Thirdly, we're witnessing an unacceptable escalation in political violence on the left at a global level, violence that in Argentina we know only too well. It is unacceptable to use force where reason fails. For this reason, we emphatically reject any procedures which essentially undermine the basic norms of democratic peaceful coexistence. 4, to the situation of the Argentine citizen Nahuel Gallo, who was abducted and detained arbitrarily in Venezuela without charge, with no legal assistance or consular assistance. In simple words, this is a forced disappearance. We demand that the Venezuelan government release him immediately, and we appeal to the international community so that this legitimate claim is heeded. This in defense of the most basic principles of international law and human dignity. Finally, we reiterate our demand for the immediate release of the hostages which remain captive in Gaza. Finally, may God bless the free world. May the forces of heaven accompany us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Assembly, His Excellency, the President of Argentina Republic. The Assembly will now hear the address by His Excellency Alexander Vučić, President of the Republic of Serbia. I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very honored to address this 80th anniversary
session. Is this dude like 6'10"?
Of the United Nations on behalf of the Republic.
This guy remind me of Jokic for some reason.
Founding member of the United Nations.
But yeah, that was Malay prior. I put it on while we were doing some push-ups in the bathroom. Because again, we just gave Malay $20 billion. You guys know that? This morning, Besant announced a $20 billion swap line with Argentina. We did a couple, but I think he's think about what I was telling you guys. What was I saying the last 48 hours on the watch list? I'm like, dude, the only real risk of this bubble or like anything in making some of our problems either difficult or less apparent would be if we had to deal with a problem overseas. So Argentina, their situation was kind of getting out of hand, and then we're stepping in. So that's good, but think about the alternative. So either way, I'd just be on the lookout. Global yields, global currencies, those are still at play. Small moves don't really matter, but just at any point, if you wake up one day and notice like high yields overseas, that affects you, brother. You're not as insulated as you think. Equities will be for quite some time, but when it's all said and done, that's really the only threat to this rally until we get a change in economy or policy or a black swan, an external event. That's always on the table. And then low tickers frozen, high tickers starting to ramp up again. I would probably just keep up staples. I kept up your boy XLP or Intel. Yeah, I'm gonna get XLP up here. WBD. That's popping. Again, I think I still have those shares at 18. Remember we hit that 1,000%er? So yeah, I still hate this play though. I hate all of it. That play goes back and forth. But you probably will be getting a headline on WBD here. Why or how does it affect you? Because if there's a problem with currencies or global yields and they're going higher global yields, even though it may not be in your home country, that still signals something of overheating or extremely a need to rein in value for other currencies. So then if it's a developed place or somewhere in Europe and their bonds start blowing up, just remember the Liz Truss scenario, it led to contagion, it spread. So if now you had a problem in Europe, let's say, and one of their bond markets pretty much broke, the conversation would go from buy the dip, buy this, buy that, to FCX flushing. It would turn into, well, risk. And then they're like, well, wait a minute, there's a problem here. They would stop what they're buying, they'd move money around, and then if that led to another problem, that contagion, it would just kind of put a roadblock or end some of the rally, depending on how severe it was. But high bond yields, it speaks to the same thing of overheating, inflation, and money supply. So just because you don't see it in the United States, I mean, doesn't mean it would have that effect. That's something I told you guys at the beginning of this year. I was talking that, a lot of people were worried about Donald Trump. If you go watch my videos, I wasn't worried about the guy from day one, even with everything that's gone on. But people were saying how he was going to cause inflation. But at the beginning of the year, I was telling you how Europe's going to cause inflation. In Europe, no matter what we do, even if Donald Trump didn't spend money based on the EU policy and their debt spending, and now their first ever debt spending and spending on military, that was going to export some global inflation. And that's something people don't talk about. We like to make inflation politics and blame Republicans, Democrats, and all that, but global inflation is the story. I mean, ask Japan, ask even China before their deflation. So yeah, I think it's quite fascinating. The U.S. interest to help Argentina? I don't know from a trade perspective, but I think keeping a close ally, they do, and then to keep China out of Argentina, and then to prevent any global contagion or problems. Because it's not like, again, other countries have problems too, but it's not like our bond position is in the best spot per se right now. RNA, another biotech. And staples are still down, so SPY, I mean, I'm assuming it'll come back up. Yeah, but China wants Argentina too, I forgot. Malay was working with them before the US. Alright, you're kind of leveling out though. The high-low ticker is not as aggressive, but now a couple of tech and gold on the low and staples. Watch out, this one's weird. Low ticker just picked up a couple of staples, and now even like commodities are going down. But see, because if staples drop and then tech goes down, that'll be different than this last hour. Nah, I guess still. And then XLP down. What's it called? Serve, the one with the NVIDIA event in an hour or so. That was at the high. Wix on the high. And then Lulu, man, all day. Does anybody know what's up with LAC? My brother, what is up with breakfast? Good morning. What time is it? Ah. What's up, man? No breakfast this way. Good morning. Yeah, fucking morning. Such a beautiful morning. Ah. Oh, I forgot it was yesterday at close. Dude, these days fly by, man. And again, when you wake up early, it kind of just whoop. G7 countries considering price floors for rare earth production to counter China. Check all of the rare earth plays. This is a Reuters candle. But yeah, they're saying a price floor with European countries. Impose taxes on China rare earth exports. No decision taken. Check TTE. They're dropping. I don't know if that's related, but you're getting an early Reuters report right now, and they're saying a price floor with European countries. And your boy. Rio's moving. That's Brazil. See, none of them have moved yet. So these rare earth plays haven't popped yet. I don't know if any uranium. I guess LAC, isn't that? Don't we have exposure now to that technically? But yeah, nothing moved yet. They said, again, 2 names popped, or TT dropped, and then, what was it? Rio popped? Yeah, that's it, though. Otherwise, eyes on that. Yeah, MP, USAR, they didn't really move. So there's MP off the bottom. Now USAR a little bit. And then there's the other one popping, TTE. Well, nuclear, I don't know. I'd look at rare earth. Nuclear is going to be a little different. Oh, yeah, dude, we still have the NBs. I think we're in the money on NB. Rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat, rock the boat. Save 10%, save 10, save the 10, save the 10. Lulu. No, I don't want short term. Short term is a stock that get no love from me. Hanging at the passenger side of Robin Hood's ride, trying to waste my time. I don't want short term. Short term is a stock that get no love from me. This is Aaliyah's stock market greatest hit stock. You know, rest in peace. All right, man. So we got a headline. Killed it today. Great day. The Lord is with you. Shout out to long-term Baba. And peace and blessings. But should we just move to Philo? 10 minutes early? I'm kind of down. I don't know if you're down. I say we Philo because if I stay here long enough with this on, they're going to be like, should I buy it or sell it? Again, after you told us really early. Well, what do I do? Tell me. Tell me. Josh, I bought this. For the last 9 months, I've watched you ban everybody for telling me what they bought. So I'm going to tell you what I bought, Josh, because I want to get banned. I want to, Josh, ban me. Josh, please ban me, Josh. Oh, yeah, Josh, you treated everybody the same? Here, I'm going to try it. That's my, yes, Josh. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate all the info, Josh. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to violate the rules that I watched everybody get punished for. Yeah, Josh, that's awesome. Awesome, Josh. Every time we break the rules, it leads to less. I want less, Josh. That's great. Yeah. It's so much, so fun. So fun. So should I sell it? Or what do you think I should do? I'm just asking. I just want to know. I don't know why you're so. Oh, legal. Thank you, my brother. Man. He's uncle. I'd be like, how come he hasn't asked me once, should I sell it? Should I buy it? But then he's uncle, so makes sense. All right. Well, we're going to go to Philo. If you don't want to hear Jesus, you don't want to hear Bible stories and Bible verses, then I don't know why you're here. Because I won't even tell you the option place. I mean, I'll tell you the stock and the info. And if you could connect the dots, this is the fucking, oh man, there's some amazing things going on. But if not, then you're going to hate me. But I love you and God bless you. So we're going to spend our time now on this next moment. It should take you there when I end the video, but if not, you could go there, but don't waste your time. Don't pay for things you don't want. Don't spend money. Don't spend time on things you don't enjoy. So if you don't want to hear that, no one wants to bother you. I'd rather give you a hug, to be honest. I'd rather give you a hug and play Call of Duty with you. So if I hope you could keep that on the table. And a way to keep that on the table is not by getting in the way during these moments just because you don't agree. So there you go. Yes, it'll be our nice little quiet hours of motivation, but it's only for you if you want it. Because I want to do it. I like doing it, you know. I did my work today. I woke up really early. I got my work in. I got paid. Nah, I just want to chill. That's it. That's so I want to chill with the word. So I hope I see you there, but if not, no worries. And God bless America. And thank you to the veterans. I will see you guys there. Peace.